Okay, they just here for years. It's the Mizzle show. Always checking in, cause you know we love sports. Hey, they just hit 100, so it's time to get some out. Hey, yeah, just two brothers, yeah, y'all. Come tune in, they got guests, they got others, yeah, y'all. Press it in chat, they got talks like no others, yeah, y'all. Cause it's a family up in here, we love each other, yeah, y'all. Let's see what they say tonight, yeah. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show. It's the Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show, yeah, Mizzle show, yeah, the Mizzle show.
There it goes.
What the heck just happened?
Here we go.
All right, let's start adding people in, and we'll bring the faces on as soon as I figure out. I'm having some technical issues now. I'm sorry.
It's all good, brother. Shit. 26 behind the clock.
Right.
Ironic.
Give me a second. There we go. There we
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
All right. Y'all, you sound good, brother. So let's just get right to it. We're just gonna start adding in. And so you can just say, if you guys can just say who you are, and then we'll go on from there. And why is it so close to my face? There we go.
Here we go.
All right. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
There we go.
Can you hear us?
So Zoe, if you can, please give our guests introductions of who this is, because I mean we know Raider Nation is everywhere, and we're used to seeing them in their colors and their paint. So if they have aliases, please let us know who they are, so our viewers can get accustomed to who they are.
Correct.
Absolutely. Kukui, you hear me? That's the infamous El Kukui right there.
Okay. We'll keep moving along. It seems like his volume. He has to work on his volume, so we're gonna keep moving along. Next,
You need me to turn it up?
Oh, here you go. Now we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
There it is.
What's up?
Now we can hear you. Go.
There we go. Yeah.
What's up,
Okay. So that right there, infamous El Resendez right there.
What's up, family?
Sir.
What up,
There we go.
Resendez?
All right, moving right along. We're gonna get everybody on, and then we'll start chopping it up. We're gonna get the introductions first.
Definitely.
Compa.
All right.
Hey, Polo Rodriguez in the house.
What's up, Raider Nation?
What's up,
There he goes.
Raiders?
Raiders.
All right.
We're getting in there. We one by one. You know how we do it.
All right. Now we got Raider Wolf.
Raider Wolf. Oh!
So
Here it is.
Sir. And then last but not least, I mean, really no introductions really needed.
So
right,
let's
right?
just get.
Here it is.
No, he really doesn't need one. Not at all. Not at all.
Where's the violator? All right, sir, the floor is yours, Dr. Death. Go ahead and since we're all here, go.
Let's see. We got some
There we go.
There we go. So we got one box. I don't see who's in that box right there next to Wolf.
That's a
That's
violator.
Oh wow. Can't see
It's
him.
supposed to be the violator.
Yes.
Let me see. What
But
can
he was
we do
getting
to
some
see
bad
the
feedback? But also, we were also while we was also scheduled to have Black Widow on here, but she has been recovering, and she said that she will come up for the next show. So we want to say to Black Widow, we appreciate you. Patience wanted to come on, but circumstances beyond her control. She bowed out, but she will be back. But needless to say, if you are a member of Raider Nation, basically this show is for you. We are joined once again by the son of the legendary Dr. Death Skip Thomas, Zoe Thomas, but he did not come alone. he brought
Oh, he did.
some Raider Nation force with him. So needless to say, we appreciate all of you guys for coming on the Mizzle and Dub Show and blessing us on our platform. So welcome again. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
Absolutely,
Hey, bro.
absolutely. I had to bring some friends with me this time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One nation, baby. One nation.
Hey, you guys
Right.
got Resendez muted.
So
Excuse me.
now
Resendez is, oh, there we go. Okay.
Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, he can speak through that. You know what I mean?
So I guess my first question would be is we know Raider Nation travels everywhere. We know this. It's been well documented. Now, respectively speaking, and we'll go across the board, where are you guys currently residing at? Because like I said, we know Raider Nation is global. Raider Nation is a brand. Raider Nation everywhere. So as we go down the line, just please tell us where you currently reside in and all that good stuff.
We'll start with El Kukui.
All right. So I'm actually from the Bay Area, but I just moved to Pasadena last month. So I'm new to SoCal.
Okay.
North to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Closer to Vegas.
Yes, the San Gabriel Mountains. Yes, indeed.
All right, next we got up Don Data. You know what I mean? Brethren,
Yeah.
what happening? Raider Wolf.
Wagwan.
Wataguan boy.
Originally born and raised in Connecticut, lived in Southern California, LA for 10 years, and now I'm back in the 860, the Heartbeat, Connecticut, in enemy territory, a POW.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, next we got up the fireman. You know what I mean? Polo Rodriguez.
Hey, originally from Sanger, California, home of Tom Flores. Then moved to Santa Maria, became the Black Hole president of Santa Maria. And after we got married, I'm in Canyon Country here in Southern California.
Beautiful.
Hey, SoCal Raider. All right, next.
Sir.
Cesar, you up?
I'm from Arizona, residing in Tucson. You know, out here with the Cardinals, but representing Raiders. Baby.
Represent. That's El
I love it.
Resendez for y'all that don't know.
What's up, Raider?
No introduction needed for this next man. My black superhero. Since I was a little kid, you know what I mean? Wayne,
This is an honor
what you
right
got?
here.
Where you at? Can you hear us?
He has to unmute himself.
Oh, let's see. Let me let him know.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey.
I'm unmuted. I'm unmuted.
Let's see.
Yes.
Let me let him know. Can you hear me? I hear you guys great. Hey. Yeah, I hear you guys.
We're doing our shout out right now, area code wise, and what area we're at. So you know, you up next, Violator. What area you representing the Raiders from? What area we're at. So you know, you up next, Violator. What area you representing the Raiders from?
He must be on a delay.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hang on, man. 951. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hang on. There we go.
There we go.
I'm on my phone too, so that's probably what's messing us up.
That feedback, that's where it's probably coming from.
Yeah.
That feedback, that's where it's coming from.
Oh, we lost him there for a second.
Uh-oh.
All right.
We'll get it right. You know,
Yeah,
little
we'll
technical
definitely get it right.
difficulties. It's the Raider way. You know what I mean? Keep on
All
fighting.
right, so here's my next question. How many of y'all actually commute from where you live to go to the stadium? How many of you guys are season ticket holders for that matter? Let's start there.
Right here.
Here.
Nice. I have not, excuse me, I have not been to a Raider game, but I have been inside the stadium. It's a beautiful piece of work. I can only imagine what it looks like on the football season.
Yeah, when we first got in there, I was like, wow, like we don't deserve something this nice.
No, yes, we do. Yes, we do. No, I tell everybody this. They always ask me, how do you feel if they move to Vegas? I said they finally get something that they deserve. One of the last teams, one of the historic franchises to be playing in that type of situation, they were in Oakland. They got what they deserve. And I always tell other people, they can fly to the damn moon. You damn right I'm going to get a ticket to the moon to go watch the Raiders play football. That's how endeared I am to this organization. This just ain't no,
true.
Oh, I'm a fan, this, that, and the third. No.
True story.
I'm a Baghdad Raider fan. Straight up. So they got what they deserve.
Yeah, too bad we lost.
Exactly my point. We were in high school and well, here's what I say to this. Now I actually do happen to live in Vegas where they reside, so obviously them being in the city that I reside in, do I want them to do well? Yes, because that means more business for my 9-to-5 job that I do. However, this is what I say to this. No city had a love affair with a team like Oakland did with the Raiders. I think that's well obvious.
Correct.
That's well documented. However, quite ironic that the cock blocker that is John Fisher, the owner of the A's, is in a sense following suit of what Mark did, because we can talk about the whole city of Oakland, city council, this, that, and the third all day long. We could probably do a whole show about that. I know in his intentions, Mark wanted to stay in Oakland. He wanted to build on the Coliseum site, but Fisher kept cock blocking. And oddly enough, now you want to follow suit because the state of Nevada is willing to pay for, partial of building the stadium and the other stuff finance. But I just think, in a sense, like when you think about Oakland, California, and this is no disrespect to the A's, no disrespect to the Warriors, but the Raiders were born in Oakland. That city's identity is with that team, needless to say. And I mean, for those that are true historians, you get that, you feel that.
Hey, the Violator's back.
Yeah, he still has an echo thing going on in the background, so it's kind of tough for us to continue to do that. And
Got you. Okay, for you viewers out there and friends that are joining me watching, there he is.
yes.
Okay, for you viewers out there and friends,
Just letting you guys know there was a little technical difficulties. We're working it out. But I wanted to introduce, the Raider Nation got to know who Dub is. Dub Alvarez is a 49er fan to the fullest, but is a Bay Area guy. He knows all about the Raiders, even though he reps that red and gold. That's, what he do. So, don't give him a hard time. Don't give him a hard time while he's on.
His very first NFL experience was in the black hole with yours truly. Anything, any football experience. And he will tell you to this day that he enjoys going to the black hole, the Coliseum, more than his Gene Stadium.
I met lots of fans like that.
Yeah. Well, because we know how to get down. It's a party in the parking lot.
Hold on, let me tilt the goggles a little bit. Do we got a black jersey on? What you got on, Dub? I had to take the goggles off for a second. What you got on, Dub?
He got a black t-shirt on. He got a black t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you knew how to he had to, chameleon in.
Yes. Okay.
No, I'm going to watch Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
But as I've said many times, and I've said many times on this show, there is a tremendous appreciation and love that I have for Al Davis for many of reasons. Like I said, there's a lot of things that don't happen because of Al. Because we can go through lists. First minority black coach, Hispanic and black with Art Shell and Tom Flores. Of course, hiring the first woman CEO in Amy Trask, which now the Raiders have another female president. So as far as diversity, Al was the originator. As far as going in and drafting players from HBCUs, Al was the originator. So there's a lot of things that happened because of Al. And again, it's just For people that just think the Raiders are a punching bag, you don't know your history. I mean, when you talk about synonymous with winning, that was the Raiders for a very long time. From 1963 when Al got there to the mid-'80s, no franchise won more than the Raiders as far as winning percentage and just consistent winning. And maybe now, from an outsider looking, and maybe now with the standpoint of how Antonio Pierce turned around the culture and just how the way that they played, because, I mean, look at it like this. It had to take the loss 2 weeks before the end of the season just for them to be out of playoff contention. They still had a shot to get to the playoffs. And that's going forward with Aiden O'Connell. That's going forward with Zamir White, who, of course, I've been a fan of his in Georgia. But, I mean, it now feels like the culture might be turning, and it might be turning in the better. I know my co-host was kind of spotty in them hiring Tom Telesco as the GM, but I said this. I said, look, as far as finding talent, Tom Telesco can find talent. His job is to draft the talent.
Yes.
I get that. However, it's his job to find the talent. It's not his job to coach it. Once he gets you the talent, it's up to the coaching staff to coach it. But that too. But I will also say this. One of the smartest hires Antonio Pierce did was having Marvin Lewis to his staff, because Marvin Lewis has been a head coach. And he was successful for a long time. He was successful for a long time in Cincinnati. So if AP has a decision to make, he can lean on a guy like Marvin Lewis and be like, well, you know what? Try this, this, and that. Because I'm pretty sure AP is going to ask for suggestions and ask, what should I do? But at the end of the day, AP is going to ride with his decision that he makes. But again, when you have players on the team talking about we can be ourselves again, we don't have to walk. We don't have to walk on eggshells. This clearly shows you that there was, I don't want to say dysfunction, but it was not fun to come to practice. It was not fun going into game days. And obviously you could see the jersey that my co-host wearing when he threw his helmet down against the Lions on Monday night. My co-host said it right then and there. He says, I never want to see my franchise receiver do that ever again. And once Mark Davis finally saw that, you know what? If I'm seeing this amongst my players, I can't have my players do that. And thus he made the change.
If I stay here, I will get killed.
Because, I mean, but you know what? I also feel
I was actually at that game, that Monday night game, and I saw that live and direct, and you can just feel the vibe. The vibe was just off.
Yeah. And that
I got to get out of here. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here before I get killed.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, it was getting murdered out there.
Right.
Yeah. What's up? So how do we feel about AP? And we can go top to bottom with how's everybody? Yeah.
Let's give this to him. Let's see, man. He's been pretty quiet out there. You know what I'm saying? What's up, El Resendez? We'll go with you first. How you feeling about that move?
I love AP, man. He's bringing out the Raider originality, man. He's got that mentality. He's got to bring it on, bro. We just got to listen to him, focus, and just stick together, man, like we do. You know, we're out there to support each other, and he knows what the Raider is about. So let's just take it. You know, so we down. We back everybody up, especially AP, man. So let's just go. Let's go forward.
Polo, what you got?
Dude, it's really tough because he is a cheerleader coach. And the problem with having a cheerleader coach, it's good for a mission. It's just like the miracle on ice when you have a coach that can bring a team together for one specific mission. But we have the way I looked at it, when he first took over, he lost, and then he had that 2-week break. And, you know, the Raiders have all traditionally done bad after the break on the bye week. And he had 2 weeks to prepare his team. I'm like, dude, if I'm the coach, I'm going to go there and prepare him. Well, 2 weeks after that game, we didn't even score. We lost 3-0, and that's very tough. So they bring in a bunch of people. Then you start thinking about work, you know. If you've been working and you have a lot of experience, and all of a sudden they bring in somebody above you, and trust me, I love him as a person. I like that he's bringing back and paying homage to the older players, because that's what the Raider fans forget. The Raider fans forget they love to yell Raiders, But then if you tell them, ask them, who Ira Matthews is or Charles Phillips is, they don't know the history. Like, well, that's way before my time. Like, well, then why are you yelling Raiders? Because all our championships are to the back. And I know everybody loves saying Al Davis, Al Davis, Al Davis, but I still remember the Al Davis that cut Marcus Allen. And that's kind of shit I remember. It's like, dude, that was a bad move.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look, that first game when we played KC after they cut Marcus Allen, he came back and scored 3 times on us. That's how I felt McDummy did that when he got rid of Carr. Not that Carr was the greatest quarterback or whatever, but what are we missing right now? We're still missing that piece. So, the new age Raider fans forget how hard it is to pick up a quarterback. I mean, we haven't had a great quarterback since probably Gannon, and that's saying a lot. So, I mean, he's a great coach. I like that he hired George Atkinson. He's back in the main office because McDummy got rid of a lot of the legends. McDummy pushed Marcel Reese out. So that's the thing is like, that's the kind of bullshit that I didn't like McDummy. He got rid of our Raider culture, and so with EP, at least he's bringing that culture back. And I would just think as the older fans, you guys, I respect all you guys, that's what we got to push is we have to remember and pay homage. Last year, we lose Otto. We lost, who else did we lose this? Well, we just lost another one 3 weeks ago. But we're starting to lose those guys that have the Super Bowl win.
Yeah, all my dad's teammates.
Carl Weathers, from the actor, but we're starting to lose those guys. And those are the guys that didn't make the millions of dollars, on these big contracts. These are the guys that week in and week out, we always post Lester Hayes and stuff. He's out there hustling, autographing every other week. And that's what we got to do is like, it kind of upset me. And when I went to Lorenzo's Bakersfield thing, right? They brought in 3 young players. They're all up there. There's a damn line to sign. And I'm like, I was talking to Lorenzo. I'm like, dude, you know what? Besides Crosby, every autograph I bought from these kids, they're not even on the team no more. But the Greg Townsends, the Reggie Kinlaws, the Ira Matthews, those guys have the rings. They're the ones that still have the records on the teams. And today's Raider fans is not going up there paying the $30 to $40 for the autograph, and that's where that money should be going to the older guys. Let's make these young guys earn that autograph. I don't know.
Right, good point. I like that. Good take. All right, Raider Wolf, what you got on that? On AP hire?
I'm just swinging like this, Polo. AP kind of reminds me of.
I had to go and grab my charger. Sorry about that.
The Suge Knight when they first started off with Death Row. Okay, he doesn't have a lot of experience, but he was able to put together a good team. The tandem. He got Dre up in there, Marvin Lewis. You know what I'm saying? The technician. We got the people. He built a good nucleus around him, and that's what I
didn't end up
respect.
good for any of those guys. All those guys did like. We want someone going to go big. We want the Tom Flores stories, not the Suge Knight, man. So it didn't end up good for Suge Knight. It didn't end up good for Dre. It didn't end up good for Snoop Dogg.
I'm saying
nobody.
The beginning.
Bad story.
Dre's a billionaire.
Restart. Let's give you a restart, Wolf.
Hear me out. I said the beginning of Death Row. I'm not saying the end. The beginning when everything was hot, the platinum records, the whole 9. He had the nucleus together. He had Tupac in the studio. I think that AP, you're talking about culture. He's bringing the culture. He's bringing the excitement back. And yeah, I do agree, a cheerleader coach. But the only difference is he has a good nucleus around him. And I was ecstatic when he brought in Marvin Lewis. And it shows that he's not too proud. That he's not too big. And he
absolutely.
And he knows that he's going to need a team collective coaching approach to win games in the NFL. Even the time management guy, I was like, okay, because you never know. With so many things going on in the game, how many coaches have blown stuff with the time management that have been around forever? I think the nucleus is good. And I'm saying again, Polo, the beginning of Death Row, when everything was good.
Man, all I got to say is poor Eazy-E, because he wasn't there.
All right,
Easy
Kukui,
must
what
be
you got,
car
brother?
because he's out.
I really like the move. Like AP, he is a guy that he gets everybody fired up. Like he just walks into the room and you're fired up right away. He admits
Players
he
coach.
doesn't know everything, but like everybody said, he brought in Marvin Lewis. But he also has Tom Coughlin in his ear, who's like a 2-time Super Bowl
That's
champion.
another guy.
That's like having Tom Coughlin like in your ear, and you could make a phone call to Tom Coughlin. Like that is like a valuable resource right there that not everybody is going to have access to. Like the players want to play for him. They don't want to fail. Like they want to kick some ass. And
they want somebody with some hardware.
Yeah, exactly. And most importantly, he got the proper form. He gets the head tilted back, and then he yells at Raiders. Like,
Yes. Yes.
You getting me fired up right now, Kukui.
I'm gonna say he got me fired up with that one right there.
If I can add one more thing, and I think Zoe was going to touch on that, is the hardware. He's been to the big show.
Sir.
He's won the big show. So that experience right there is invaluable. You know, just to be like, yeah.
And you know what else too? You got Tom Coughlin that is successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Coughlin got that ring, that hardware, but then Marvin Lewis can show you how to lose with grace, and learn from that experience too. So you got both averaging that out to give you two coaches with all that experience and time in the NFL to see anything that has happened throughout history. You know what I mean? And teach you how to exactly time manage, make good and bad decisions at times, and adjust and all kind of stuff. So I really like those two coming to the franchise. You know what I mean? It means it's going to mean a hell of a lot for AP down the road.
Yeah. Here's a question I have for you guys.
But also, let's not forget Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis took a trash Bengals team, and he consistently did good with it. Like before Marvin Lewis came around, that team was a joke. Like nobody was good there.
100%. But here's a question I have for you guys. The last time the Raiders hired a linebacker coach, how did that pan
let's
out?
not forget,
it worked out.
He also won a Super Bowl as the Ravens coordinator.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh,
but the last time the Raiders hired a linebacker coach, how did that plan out?
You talking about Norton?
Right.
Nah, John Madden, sir. I mean, well, not Norton.
Okay.
They did that, but I'm just saying
Norton
it was successful. Successful. The
I'm
last time we had
head coach. Yeah. Absolutely.
But
that's two different worlds right there.
100%.
Yeah.
So looking at the go ahead, Deb.
Yeah, with Madden, it was a little bit different. Madden was a coach for Alan Hancock.
Go ahead, finish your point.
He was a coach for San Luis Obispo before he moved up. So he actually was a head coach before he took that job. At least he had a head coach experience.
And so did AP.
And he had Tom Flores right under him too.
But he had some head coaching experience.
It don't hurt to have Tom Flores.
No,
it does not. And somebody in the chat said Joe Philbin. That's huge too as well.
Yeah.
That's he's
so
decent.
Mizzle, did we get the thumbs up or we got the thumbs down on this move?
do thumbs up.
For me, I love it. I mean, when you have the whole stadium shouting AP, this is honestly for me as a fan. You know, Raider Nation is somewhat slightly. We go different directions. We always bumping heads. We can't see eye to eye on certain things. You got the car lovers. You got the car haters. Raider Nation came together. For AP.
I mean, he showed his ass in Kansas City. He showed his ass in Kansas City. He didn't give a damn, even with the bus.
Yeah, what was that, El Resendez?
Let's just hope our players are coming together with our coach. You know.
Well, you see it in the locker room, man.
All right, let's touch on that a little bit then. Let's touch on that. How do we feel about the last? Well, he had a part in it last year, but how do we feel about the last 2 years of draft picks? Let's go with Mizzle. You started off.
I do like the Tyree Wilson pick because you can see the potential with that young man, and he has the right.
That was where the side came from, when you started. That's where the side came from when you first started off. Okay.
Yeah, I had to
Absolutely.
and plus I had to remember what was going on with the last. I'm trying to picture everything that we had with the last draft. But I do like Tyree Wilson because you do see the potential. That man has a freak of nature wingspan, and he's just huge.
7 foot.
The last regime did pretty good with draft picks. They drafted for needs. Which, when is the last time you've seen the Raiders draft for needs? You know, they always go with speed, and then later on down the draft, you know. I like this.
Well, John Gruden coaching the Senior Bowl helped.
100%. And plus with Mayock, it's hit or miss with his drafting. But the players who was still there from the Gruden Mayock regime.
Max.
That's about it.
Jacobs.
Jacobs is in Green Bay.
Jacobs gone.
Now, yeah.
Green Bay. I'm saying who's still left from that. So it's kind of
Colton and Max. That's it.
Yeah, Colton Miller. He's yeah, Miller.
To be fair, how many of those guys are still in the NFL? Like, not very many.
Yeah,
Colton Miller.
Yeah.
Damn. El Kukui get real with it.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right.
So if I can,
go ahead, brother.
If I can ask the Raider counsel a question. If I can ask a question, I'll ask you guys this: How important do you think it was for Raider Nation to retain Patrick Graham to run the defense?
Huge. I love it.
Huge.
I love that move.
I mean, I wanted him to go be a head coach because he deserves it. He has earned that. But let's finish the story, man. Let's finish the story. Let's see what he can continue to build with that. And you see these players gravitate to what he is preaching. They are like, oh, okay. And they retain what he's saying. And he also takes in what they see as well. Like a
defensive coordinator takes a lot of flack for losses.
Yes.
I mean, the front office going to get rid of you usually. And I'm glad they kept him because it ain't always a coordinator's fault.
I do believe they did put a block on it to where he can only take a head coach position. That he couldn't take any other defensive
couldn't make
coordinator.
a sideways move, no.
Yeah, that's a smart move right there then.
Yeah.
Smart move.
I'm astounded to see what he's going to do, and especially when you bring in the mind of a Marvin Lewis to add in on what he's preaching to these young men.
Right, and Tom Coughlin and him have helped organizations with the draft over these years, so they know what to look for.
Yeah.
All right, Wolf. How you feeling about it? Tell me about how you feeling about this 2 tight ends and 2 tight end set we're gonna have. It's gonna be nice. Or we make a mistake with the first draft pick.
Hey, so where do I live?
Connecticut.
Home of who? New England Patriots. What do the New England Patriots have? 2 tight ends.
They had the 2 tight end set. That
what did they do when they had those 2 tight ends?
They did damage.
They won games.
Lost the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, but they had the little brother was a Patriot killer. They had the Patriot killer. Eli was the Patriot killer. He crushed dreams.
That,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to go back a little bit if I can on the keeping our defensive coordinator. It's just like, let's finish the song. It's like a DJ and somebody bumping the table and it's still skipping. And, we got to get through the song. Let's get to the song. I mean, I'm not talking the album. Let's get through the song. Let's ride with these guys for a little while and meld. You can't do every year like Carr. Like almost every year he had offensive coordinator. You can't. You're not going to be able to do anything.
Dub,
you got to keep.
Dub, let me hear from you. How you feel about them Georgia Bulldogs coming over to us? That system is something else. They got hybrids over there.
They got an NFL system.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And if I can just piggyback
Say
on
that
what
again,
you asked. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to know how you felt about this Georgia Bulldog coming over because they got studs. They produce coming out of, the Georgia Bulldogs or something else.
Oh, well, like I said, it wasn't. Well, like I said, it's not like they needed Brock Bowers, but if you have a guy that is talented as he is, and he's sitting there, you would be an idiot not to take him. Like I told my brother, I said, damn it, the seam route is going to be wide open this season because somebody is going to be open down the seam. Be it if it's Michael Mayer, be it if it's Brock Bowers. Somebody's going to be open down the seam.
Polo.
And not to mention, he's
you think it's a waste?
You saw what he did in Georgia, and you saw how different the offense was when he did not play. When Brock Bowers was not playing,
how you feel about it, Polo? Picking two tight ends in the first round of the draft. How you feel about
the idea because I think we know what our weakness is right now, and our weakness is in the quarterback. So we want to be able to create more opportunities. I mean, our defense is strong. I think we probably got the best line. We always had to worry about the secondary, but I think Max and the boys up front are going to put so much pressure on the quarterback. It's going to give those guys in the backfield they'll give them more time, or I guess less time to get burned. So that's good.
Our free safety is a G. Our free safety has stopped all of that stuff from going on the last 2 seasons or so.
And then that defensive line's crazy. I mean, that's the thing. Is like that's what it always irritates me that we're so underrated, and we have such a good core team this year. So,
I mean, we used to getting beat over the top years back. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't happened like that the last 2 seasons.
No, I'm really looking forward to the Charger game here in LA because we've had a tough time winning in SoFi Stadium. So this is going to prove, when we beat the Chargers in LA, because we've had a tough time winning in SoFi Stadium. So this is going to prove, when we beat the Chargers.
Go ahead, sir. Violator, something's wrong with when we have you unmuted. We talk and hear us at the same time that we talk. If there's some way you can fix that, we would definitely love to hear from you, man. Because I'm a huge fan.
Maybe turn the volume down a little bit, maybe.
Oh yeah, and where you can just hear us.
Yeah, it's like feedback from the radio.
Yeah, I'm on my phone and I can't get in on my PC.
Yeah, drop the piece.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Are you using Firefox?
No, I'm using the link you guys sent me.
We can hear you fine.
Echo now. Yeah, we can hear
you. You hear me fine? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Time out. Gotcha. We got to give homage. For real. 100%. You know what I mean? To a Raider legend.
I'm enjoying the conversation.
Hold on, wait.
Can we give it to him real quick one time, fellas? Yeah.
Hey, we're not worthy. We are not worthy, man. We got to, excuse my language, we got a fucking legend in here right now.
You know what, Dub? I'm going to give this one to you. I need you to give him the question of questions right now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give Dove Alvarez a second to give the Violator the question of questions. Go ahead, brother.
Nice. Give it to him, Dove.
Off the top.
Well, first off, here's my question. How were you given the nickname the Raider Ambassador? I want to hear that story, first of all.
Oh, yes.
That's the position that I have been doing, Doug, since 1991. So I kind of dubbed myself an ambassador because I really don't use the superfan mantra.
Ooh.
I dig it.
Oh.
Dub almost dropped his mic. I seen it.
Love it.
Yo.
When you
let's see. All right. Kukui. Yep. What you got for the Violator, brother?
The Violator?
Now, here's my next question.
My favorite thing about the Violator is his first date with his wife. Like, I love hearing that. Like, how many times he says that story, I can hear it over and over again.
See, I went through some stuff with my previous marriage, and to go into that again, another relationship, she had to be able to go with what I was doing because I wasn't going to stop.
That's awesome.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
been doing it.
winner.
She's been doing
He's
it.
the winner.
Neck and
You've
neck.
been doing it. You've been doing it.
Been doing
Ride
it
or
for
die,
years.
baby.
Right.
Over 20 years, man. But yeah, just true stories, man. But back to Dub, man. It my whole attitude about what we do is to reinforce what that shield means to each and all of us, you know, and it affected all of us in some way, you know, way back in the day or whatever. But for me, it meant like strength and honor. It's like a bunch of gladiators, and that's what I look at the Raiders as. Just a bunch of gladiators, man. So,
Man, I got the damn chills right now. You know what I'm
so I'm
saying?
just saying.
Listen to my guy.
No, but I'm just saying this is straight up, and it's enough older guys on here like myself who know what I'm talking about. Polo mentioned it earlier, the glory days, and the youngsters don't know anything about that history. And my feeling is they don't care. It's who's the new hot guy right now, and that's not building a foundation for this organization. The old guys in the past set the foundation. Now we're trying to build on that.
Man.
Yeah, man, that's real.
Yeah, brother, and one thing, we're like the last of the lucky fans because in our generation, we still have those connections. We can still pick up the phone and call Lester Hayes. We can pick up the phone and call Tom Flores. Today's fan does not have that relationship with today's player.
And I don't think they will, gentlemen. I don't think they will.
And that's sad.
You know what though?
It's just the
I'm
way
trying to change that. I don't want to believe that. We're here to try to get that generation to understand what we went through and try to get them that pleasure. You know what I mean? It's an honor, and maybe we can make that difference. That's kind of why I wanted to put this podcast together the way I did with the guys that we looking at right now, and they're watching us. This group right here is extra unordinary, man. This group is it's a pleasure to know y'all, but to get the Raider history from each and every one of y'all, which I have, and we feed off of each other over the years. I've known these guys for years that I'm looking at, and I'm honored and it's a pleasure to share this platform with you guys so that we can get this next generation to hear this stuff that we saying and how much it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, maybe it might not happen, but at least a couple of us that's G's like we are out here spreading the word and sprinkling these young, I don't want to say new, but yo, we got to do it, do our part like the Raider Nation clan that was before us, you know, share the baton to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we got to try. So I'm thankful for y'all coming on and sharing your stories and the history of the nation so these youngsters understand what it really feels like to bleed silver and black. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I call it planting seeds. You know, that's what my mom taught me. You know, you just keep planting it. Eventually, somebody will come by and wet it, and then the magic happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all a little story.
We talked about Oakland and we talked about Vegas, but we're not talking that much about LA. I remember going to El Segundo practice facility and seeing Al Davis in his long stretch white Cadillac and his glasses with the window halfway down. And you'd be lucky enough to get a what's up with everybody, all the players. Hospitals, you know, they went around the back, but you got the Max Montoyas coming out the front, you know, giving love.
Max
you got it's different. It's different, but every area, every arena is different, and it's like almost generational, you know. Oakland, LA, back to Oakland, now to Vegas, you know, and
that's what first I was about to start that story. That's the first time I seen the Violator with the original paint. Remember, Unc?
2 fingers, baby.
He had that. He had that original. He had that original face on. You know what I mean? In L.A.
That was the Braveheart.
Absolutely.
So
you know,
maybe
I got goosebumps right
Go
now.
ahead,
So
Doug.
maybe Violator
I got
can answer this
goosebumps right
for
now.
me. Now, since you're in LA, now here's my question. Now, somewhere down the line, supposedly where old Hollywood Park used to sit in Irwindale was supposed to be a site for Raider Stadium. What happened? Why did that deal not go through when there was talks about building on Hollywood Park?
Well, who wants to answer that? Anyway, the knowledge that I have about it was that Crockett was interested in moving back to California. And you remember the Carson deal was supposed to have been where we were going to share a stadium with the Chargers. Come down to the 13th hour, all that changed because of a few of the owners who are like the shot callers. They decided that no, there was too many Raider fans in this area, so they didn't want to compete with that. So that's why we lost out on that, and the rest is history. We went back to Oakland, and like I say, hey, we spent 24 years there before the Vegas move, and it was all because they needed a newer facility to bring these teams in. Nobody wanted to visit that black hole. You know what I mean? And I took pride in that.
Wi-Fi. It was concrete. We couldn't even get Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there was no Wi-Fi. Yeah, there was no Wi-Fi.
You remember?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that
Yeah.
we visited. That was our home. We couldn't even get Wi-Fi. I had to go out damn near up the stadium, go in the tunnel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
almost to get some Wi-Fi. Hey, absolutely,
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Out there by the, you know what I mean?
But you know what, gentlemen? It was home, and I was so proud of that place. It was a kick in the nuts when that last year that they finally said, "This is it," and it was like getting an eviction notice, really, to me. And it's like, well, I'm just saying, I'm just speaking for me. It was like getting an eviction notice because with the move comes the PSL and all that stuff all over again. And I'm retired, so I knew no way in hell I could afford any of that.
Man, that hurts.
So it took me about a year.
Leave twice.
Yeah, it took me about a year and a half to really kind of warm up to that whole idea, man. About a year and a half.
Same here.
It hurt. Don't get me wrong. It still hurts to this day.
It still hurts. There you go.
I only live just like an hour and a half away to Oakland to go to the game. Now I got an 8-hour travel or an hour and a half flight to get to see them. But as I said earlier, they finally got something they deserve. That place is beautiful. And you know, I wish Al was alive to see it because remember, Al wanted to take the Raiders to Vegas.
Yeah, before. Yeah.
So right now, them being there, I think Al would have loved what Mark is doing right now with the franchise.
Well, finally, we got professional teams here. They couldn't figure out with the gaming and everything that was going on, how they was going, you know, slide us in there as a professional organization and have one here in Vegas. I've been in Vegas almost 20 years. And so I couldn't wait for just a professional team to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so happens
besides the games, we lost so much. I mean, there's fans that we never see again. Voodoo Man.
Ever since that stadium's been built. Go ahead, Paulo. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm always thinking, I was reminiscing when Violator was talking about the last day. It felt like an episode of Seinfeld when they walked into the parking lot and everybody went their ways. I remember walking out with Voodoo Man, and he, you know, this is it, and you part ways and you never see him again. No, you got on the bar and it's over, and that's kind of like
Man yet.
No, and that's kind of like the sad part about it. The black hole in Oakland was so special. I know Veronica passed away, but she was like the mother of the black hole, kind of kept everybody in line. And no matter what happened in there, everybody took care of each other. And it was a great experience. So, on your dad, I know the Soul Patrol is huge. I'm a big fan. A lot of them. And I just want to say one thing. There's only one surviving, George Atkinson, and he just got hired back with the team. I just talked to him last night. He's down here in LA at he's at Costa Mesa for their
training camp.
So that'd be the push. I mean, for me, if I got anything to say to the fans, go out and meet George Atkinson. That's the last surviving member of the Soul Patrol. I mean, that's what we got to push is like take advantage and talk to these guys. Because when you sit down and talk to them, you learn something new every time. And it's cool to watch the kids play today, but if you're going to shout Raiders and talk about a history, get to know who actually
the thing is
got
they
us
are
to start
very
screaming
approachable
Raiders.
too.
Yeah.
They're very approachable. People think that they, you know, they're these celebrities and they don't want to be messed with or bothered. But you couldn't be more wrong. I can't wait to tell you how they
You
feel
talking about the old guard, right? Talking about the old guys, yeah. They enjoy sharing the stories like we're doing now. Yeah. They enjoy it.
Hey, Polo hit it on head on the nail though, man. That last game was when you did leave that parking lot. Man, because
it was like a funeral, man.
Us OGs that, you know, are from the Coliseum, you know what I mean, that's like our home. We're used to going to the A lot, the C lot, go visit here, go visit there. You knew where these groups were going to be, these clubs were at. You know what I mean? And let me share a little story with y'all before, you know what I'm saying? Man, I got to tell him about the story about, you know, first time we sat together. I got to tell him about it.
All right,
you know what I mean?
all right.
So, like I said from the gate, man, this was my black superhero. There was no super fans out there when I first started watching out there that I seen look like me. You understand what I'm saying? So I seen him on the screen one week, told my daddy, man, that's who I want to be like right there, that dude right there. You know what I mean? I was just like, wow. He just wowed me, you know what I'm saying? And so my dad loved to hang out at Bad Boys Barbecue. That was his spot. Most of the OG Raider players, they met there. But that was also the spot where the OGs of the super fans, which was only about 10 or 15 at the time. That's all. And now there's hundreds and thousands, but there was nobody there. It was only the Violator for me. You know what I'm saying? We got to Bad Boys of Barbecue. I looked at him and I kept staring at him. And my dad was like, I'm gonna go talk to him for you. I said, oh, go ahead, Pop. So he goes over to him. And I'm like 6 or 7 years old. And I still remember this day. He went over and talked to the Violator. Violator came straight to me. I got to shaking, boy. And the Violator grabbed my hand. He grabbed me by the hand and said, let's go eat. I was like, wow. He took me up to the booth. We ordered our food and we sat down together and just chopped it. And I still remember that day like it was yesterday. And I hope that there's a fan out there watching these other new super fans. Like, you know who? Wolf, you done made strides. I told you from the gate. I told you from day one, there's going to be a kid out there and he's going to want to be like you. But that was me with the man we sitting there talking to now. And now that's you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. There's a kid out there that you done helped save or gave him some hope to keep going. You know, keep going because of the dances you out there doing. And, you know what I mean? And out there giving that joy. You are now in that group of ones that's keeping the wheels turning. So
I appreciate it. I'm going to tell a quick little story, so on why I kept doing it. I started the dancing, the dance challenge, all that stuff just during COVID, you know, just to, you know, get our minds off of watching CNN Fox every 2 seconds and looking at the death count of all the people dying of COVID, the whole nine. And I'll never forget, I got a call at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, who is calling me 3 in the morning? And I answered it. And I forgot who the gentleman was, but he said, not for nothing, I was just going to Facebook saying my goodbye. I'm like, saying goodbye? What are you talking about? Yeah, I was about to kill myself, but I saw one of your videos dancing and it distracted me. Man. That was it.
And how did it make you feel? How did it make you feel ultimately?
I mean, it was also emotional. It was just like, okay, there's a lot of responsibility. You know, people are watching. So, you know, I never thought how many people are watching. But people are watching. You know, you might get only a few likes, but people are watching. You know, so
I
that
told
made me
you.
keep going.
I told you, man, from day one.
I may not look old, but you know, I'm older. I'll be 54 in October, and my bones can't dance like I used to.
I hear you.
Hey, okay, Kukui. I remember we was in Jersey.
Oh,
We the
man.
visitors, and you should have seen, bro, how many people. This dude couldn't take a step without people coming up to him. It didn't matter if it was Jets fans or Raider fans. We walking through the stadium, it felt like New Jersey, Oakland. You know what I'm saying?
That day was the most pictures I've ever taken in my life.
Man, it was hard to get through the stadium with you, brother.
Yeah. Me, you, and him, man. Yeah, it took forever to get
Oh,
to
yeah.
the stadium. It took
We stayed together at the hotel.
Can I
That was
ask this? I can't remember his name, and I would love to honor him because we have great super fans on. But the Raider Pirate, what was his?
Oaktown Pirate.
Oaktown Pirate.
Yeah, so it was Raider
Yeah, I'm
Pirate.
glad
That
you
was his
brought
name.
that up.
Oaktown Pirate.
Yep.
Oaktown Pirate.
Yep.
Man, listen, man, he was like the violator in him. Like I always saw them together.
Oh,
You
man.
know, or somewhere, either somewhere it was on. Even when I was at the game, you guys walked by me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Having fun, brother. Having fun.
exactly. But I also want to give we show love to him, man, because he was repping the Raiders,
Salute.
man.
He was
Yeah.
the first
Salute, for real.
that I took a picture with, actually.
Yeah, he would give you the shirt off his back, man. That's how big a heart he had. Yeah.
He was approachable, and that's
Yeah,
what I
he
love
was
about some of you
definitely
guys that
the
are
most-
repping the Raiders and stuff like that. You guys are approachable, especially when it comes to these kids. That is tremendous. I just love that they can walk up to you and just hi and stuff like that. And you guys, you know, some people they're like but you know, destination.
Oaktown Pirate. Oaktown Pirate makes you feel like you were the most important person in the world. Each and every person. Am I lying? He come up
Spreading the
to
love,
you.
baby. Yep, spreading that love.
Nephew, you doing your thing. Go on, do your thing. Here, hold my cup while we take this picture. You know what I'm saying? Am I lying? Yo, dude was the coolest. You know what I'm saying?
Cut the juice away. That was the thing with the kids. Cut the juice away.
If I can ask,
Pink Cadillacs. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey,
so if I can
hey,
ask
one
this
thing we
question,
got to
you
say,
guys
Kukui,
have
you there,
talked
Kukui?
about the old guard, and rightfully so. So here's my question: what will it take to finally get Lester Hayes and to get Plunkett to wear the gold jacket? Now, slowly it's starting to trend the way to it because finally, Tom Flores got his flowers. Finally, Cliff Branch got his flowers. Unfortunately, he had to die to get the same thing with Snake, which is unfortunate. But what will it take to get Lester Hayes and Plunkett in love? Because here's the thing: every other quarterback that has won at least 2 Super Bowls, not named Roethlisberger, not named Eli Manning, and not named Brady, they're all in the Hall of Fame. Jim Plunkett is the only one that is not. So what will it take to get 37 and 60 into Kent?
Well, I believe right now, I know for a fact that the campaign starting for Lester Hayes for 2025. So that's kind of like the nod that we're hearing, that we're doing the big push for. So the same thing that we did with Tom Flores, with the hashtags with Coors, we'll be starting that here with Lester Hayes, and it'll take all of us to push them forward. But it sounds like, you know, they get the nod, but it sounds, everything we're hearing, that's the next big push to get him in the Hall of Fame, which is great and well deserved it.
I mean, will Rich Gannon get in?
Who?
Rich Gannon, will he get in?
Not before Plunkett. Hopefully.
Yeah,
There
Plunkett.
you go. I'm just bringing that up because of the 2
Rich
rings.
in before Plunkett is a travesty.
Plunkett,
Right.
Plunkett has.
They came from a trash team. They weren't good players on their
Lester
team.
gets in, if Lester gets in, then Plunkett has to be the next Raider, because here's the thing. Okay, Now,
Those
this
are the two
is
in
my
line.
opinion, and I don't care what anybody says, but to me, in my opinion, Joe Namath got in simply because of Super Bowl III. Because if you look at the stats, he had more interceptions than the passes, but because of Super Bowl III, he got in. Okay,
Absolutely.
Plunkett is a two-time Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. Not to mention, he still has a very good winning percentage as far as playoff games
As a
go.
whole.
So, if we're
Absolutely.
basing it off that, how in the hell is Plunk not in the Hall of Fame?
No, especially the first Hispanic.
That's my
Well,
question.
yeah.
It's his career before he came to the Raiders, I think.
It don't matter.
He
It
didn't have
don't matter.
good
He got
numbers.
rings.
I know what you're saying. I am agreeing exactly with y'all. I'm saying I think that's what it is. It was before he came to the Raiders. The Raiders had a great team, and they're gonna make him pay for that. They're gonna say, "Oh well, he had a great defense and had offensive weapons, so we can't, consider him that and put him in a gold jacket."
That's blasphemy.
And I feel the same way. Plunkett was the
That
man.
is straight blasphemy. I don't care about that. My man got 2 rings.
Neither do I.
Well, hell,
I'm just saying I think that's what's hurting him.
Eli Manning's back are pedestrian at best. But because he beat Brady twice, he's put an restaurant. I don't agree with that. Because again, it don't matter how you win, it's win. The name of the game is winning. And Plunkett won once he became the quarterback of the Raiders. That's all I know. But
And MVP at a Super Bowl.
I just do a podcast, so I don't know shit. I don't know nothing.
Hey, Dub, let me jump piggyback off what you just said, brother. I think it's got to do with that whole Al Davis fighting the lead thing, because this is just me talking now. Because what I've witnessed and the guys I've talked to over the years, there is a biasness against this organization because of that. They can't get over it. Al's gone, so they still get with the team every chance they get. Now, I've heard people reference that. Oh, it's too many Raiders in there. Well, if those same Raiders players were for another team, they would already have been in there.
Yep.
So my point is, like Polo mentioned earlier, all of this stuff to me comes with that silver and black and that shield. It's a lot that follows that. So you better have some thick skin as a fan, because yes, it's us against the world.
It's the world.
That's it.
And that's what I love about AP, because he preaches that.
But again, again, this is my last case of Plunkett that I'll make, and I'll drop the mic. He was 8-2 in the playoffs. 10 playoff games. 8-2, won 2 rings. I rest my case. Put the man in the Hall of Fame. Give him the gold jacket.
Now I got a question for Kukui. Kukui, tell me from the heart how you feel. I mean, you watched the first generation, you watched the second generation, but I'm going with about how you feel. How do you feel about the super fans that are coming up now? Yeah, I'm talking strictly super fans from the first generation to the second. Now I feel like we at the third. Yeah, how you feel about this? That's what's going on.
I enjoy
especially
it.
the numbers.
I like it. It's like all these people are like, they're getting like hyped up and they're like going all out. Some people say that they're talking up like every day. Like, great, keep producing them. Like they need to make sure they remember. Like I remember, because when I was dressing up and a few of my friends were dressing up, and it gets exhausting. You're taking pictures, like people pull you over here, people pull you over there. You're thirsty, you're hot, you're hungry, and I
wasn't sure when we went to New Jersey, I wasn't sure how long it took you to actually prepare. So I saw your aunt like, yo. It took you I want to say, I could be wrong, about 3 hours, damn near,
3 hours
off and on. It really, I'm telling you, it felt like that, and I'm waiting on you. Like, yo, let's let's get it. We gotta get to the stadium.
Yeah.
It was like 3 hours, man. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
I wasn't complaining though, you know what I'm saying? But I was kind of more enjoying the process at the same time, watching him get ready. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Then when he got there, like he said, he couldn't take a step without taking a picture. It was worth it, man.
Yeah, in Jersey, that was the craziest time I had. Like we were trying to get and a lot of Jets fans were. But I told all my friends that, you know, after a while, like it's fun at first, but then you start getting tired and hungry.
Gotta be.
You got to go to the bathroom. And I told my friends, oh man, you don't do this. You don't do this for the love. Yeah, you're gonna get too much love. You got to do it.
Yeah. And you got to have thick skin.
Yeah. No, you got to do it for the love.
I was going to ask, how does it for the ones that travel? How do the other opposing fans treat you guys when you're in the stadium?
Dude, I've always been treated well. I mean, I think we're
respect.
ambassadors, and they understand we're traveling there. I mean, I think even everybody talks about the black hole, but man, we had the Chicago Bear guy down there. We had the cheesehead from the Packer Hulk. I mean, we've always been cool with these other fans, and same thing with the Cleveland Brown, the Dog Pound. I think the fans always treat each other with respect. It's the guys that are drunk that you get problems with. But hey, real quick, I just want to say congratulations, Kukui, on your engagement with Jen the Baker. And the number one question all fans have is, when are we going to see you in your gear again?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Like I dressed up once in Vegas, and while I'm getting my face painted, my ring alarm is going off from my house. It's been really stressful for me with my health, like family health. I'm hoping later on this year I'm going to be able to have the time. Because like I said, 3 hours and traveling to Vegas. Like the first one, I had to work till 7 p.m. Right after work, I would drive to Bakersfield because it's like a halfway, and I'd get there like around midnight, and then we'd get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, drive straight to the stadium. Like I had no time.
So glad you're bringing this stuff up so these people can understand what y'all go through.
Yeah. Hey, Raider Travis, I can't figure out what the audio is going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that.
It's probably because multiple people are on at one time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like a little buzz, right?
Hopefully the Los Angeles games you'll be able to dress up. Since you're down here in Pasadena now.
Definitely not for the first game, but maybe for the Rams game. But eventually, I got all the stuff still. Got it all. I want to do it. Gotta have the right.
Hey, you could love pizza every day, but you can't eat pizza every day.
I could
You know what I'm saying? So when we do see you dress up, we're gonna enjoy it that much more. Hey, Mizzle.
Yes.
Let me know how you feeling right now. I know, you know what I'm saying, you're a big time Raider fan. You know, I brought some of my friends on. You know what I mean? Even I had to bring my uncle on too. How you feeling?
I'm just in super awe right now because I knew who you guys are. So for me to be having this conversation as a big time Raider fan, I just appreciate this. This is spectacular. I mean,
this was a personal gift from me to you, brother.
This is like me personally. I know we're not like side by side, but this is I'm like, especially for the Bilever, man. Like I said, not worthy, man. Sir, not worthy. I am not worthy of being on my brother's podcast. I just thank you, Zoe.
Hey, it's an honor, brother. It's an honor. Trust me.
This.
But I look at it like this, man. I look at it like this. What we do is like giving people memories of game day. You know, that was my whole thing, to enhance the people that came to the game, enhance their experience.
Yes.
We forget the score of the game, but you don't forget those memories of the game.
Yes.
And that's what it's
When we're
about.
talking about memories,
Yeah.
I see the book in the background. Why don't you give your book a plug?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. My book, The Walk, that's like the first volume of my autobiography. I'm working on book 2 right now. It's just showing the little small town in Mississippi I grew up in. And I saw that Raider shield in 1970. That inspired me to move to California to get closer. And now, 33 years later, here I am, being an ambassador. So it's anybody can dream, and you follow your heart, walk to those dreams.
I got
Let's go around the table. Let's go around the table real quick.
Let me ask you 2 real questions real quick, Zoe. 1, can I get the book on Amazon? And 2, what
Yes,
part of Mississippi?
It's on Amazon. Yes, the book's on Amazon. My little town was called Mountain Bayou, Mississippi. Translation, Small River.
My mom on my mom's side of the family, Prentice, Mississippi.
Oh, I know where that is. Yes, sir. About 30, 40 miles away.
I love when I used to visit Mississippi in the summertime. I miss it. I got to get my kids out there so they can see it. Ain't nothing like it.
Southern Comfort, bro.
Yes, that's what I tell people. That's where I got my the yes sir, yes ma'am. Like I was raised right. But
I still do it.
Mississippi, with me right in the shape.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I knew I couldn't stay there, Mizzle. I knew I couldn't stay there. And that shield was what was pulling me to California.
Yes.
That shield is powerful.
It's powerful, bro. So I get offended when I hear people basically talking shit about it, because you know nothing about it.
Uh-oh.
Once it touches you, you good. Yo,
that's when you know the violator hot.
I got one thing to say about how raising our kids to be Raider fans. Like I said, 2 out of 3 of my kids are Raider fans. I can't help it. As you can see what's in my background, I can't help loving kids.
Yeah.
Can't help that. But my son, to introduce himself this way: "Hi, my name is DeAndre, and I am a Raider fan."
Love it.
Hey, let's go around the table. Polo,
Yes, sir.
what made you a Raider fan?
Well, born right there in Sanger, home of Tom Flores. That's here. Here it is. You can't beat that, right?
Sanger banger.
Yeah, I'm a Sanger banger. Since we were little kids, he would come to our elementary schools. My entire life, I would see him every year at our schools. Sanger High School. Yeah, so he was a big impact. When they were off during their off season, he'd bring all the players. They'd play, basketball against our teachers to raise money, and he did that, basically his entire life.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the last 3 years when he stopped doing the blood bank stuff, but he still does stuff in the valley. Unfortunately, right now he's not doing too well, but so he hasn't been back but we're trying to set up another parade in Sanger for him to, do his. He wants to visit town one more time, go see his mural that we painted there for him.
Make it happen for him, brother. Make it happen.
We will.
That's good stuff.
I remember those cherry games in SoCal with my dad. I used to go out there and he participated in the basketball.
It's amazing.
Game.
They do that for all the farming communities in the valley. So he'd bring in Plunkett. Your pop was there.
Wow.
And he brought in a lot of the
Great
players
memory.
we got to meet when we were young.
Okay, let's move around the table. So, what made you a Connecticut Raider out there? I ain't Mr. Wolf.
Well, first of all, I want to say, Wayne, your brother and I we're not that far apart from each other.
I know.
we work very close to each other. We got to get up. But it was 1980. I was in middle school. I was in the playground. And I saw, again in Connecticut, I saw a kid with the silver and black. He had a silver and black T-shirt on. And I was just like, the colors. I was just like, the shield. Right? Like you talked about the shield. I saw the shield. I saw the colors. Very similar story. I was like, yo, I should get that T-shirt. And he was giving me a little, middle school, giving me a little middle school history lesson on the Raiders, which he didn't know much. And then after that, and then Super Bowl,
NWA wearing it everywhere.
it just went from there.
NWA.
Before NWA, 1980, you know, and I was just hooked. And then the colors, and then I was a big Lester Hayes and Marcus Allen are my favorite players. And then I had the Shaq. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
remember
but
that.
you wasn't gonna be Marcus Allen when we get on the field. I was Marcus Allen. You couldn't be Marcus Allen. I was Marcus Allen when we get on the field. Just no, you had to be Lester Hayes that day. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Kukui.
I know somebody
What
was
made
asking
you
a
a Raider
question
fan?
about- Someone's asking a question about the Soul Patrol and the bump and run. I mean, yeah, we started.
Couldn't get off the line.
They started there, exactly.
Those two guys wouldn't let you off the line.
They institute new rules to prevent that, you know. So
My dad and Willie would not let you off the line. You'd be lucky to get off the line, and if you did, George and the assassin was gonna punish you if you thought to catch the ball. I'm gonna tell you this. My dad told me straight up, if that MF will catch that ball, you're gonna at least punish him if he decide to catch it. So the next time he catch it, he'll think about you. Punish him next time. I was like, wow. I'm 8 years old, Dad. Hold on a second. Let me chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back to Kukui, man. What made you a absolute Raider fan?
All right, so I started off like I loved watching football, and from there, like I got before you're even old enough to understand the diversity, like that played a part, like later on. But of course, the colors, the bad boys. But the one thing that really won me over was the fan. Going to my first Raider game, like everybody treated me like family.
There you go.
Like it don't matter who you are out there. Everybody like welcoming. I mean, I remember like a Facebook came around, and I posted and like I didn't know people very well, like Facebook or whatever. And it was like a rainy day, and it was like the night before one of the Raider games. It was rain like all day, and I was like, man, all the neighbors pulled out by my house. Like I kept my so many people like, don't worry, fam, I got an extra Facebook for you. Like, come through, I got a great call. Like, I felt like I was belonging to a family all of a sudden.
Man, you ain't lying, bro. I mean, you could go from A to C to D. You could go throughout the lot, and people don't know that you go through they area. They gonna ask you if you ate. You want something to drink? Are you okay? You good? That's just walking through the stadium. They don't know you from Adam. You know what I'm saying?
Don't need to.
Mizzle. We ain't never made Dub's job so easy. Never. Dub's like, yo, I'm chill today. You know what I mean?
He just chilling. But what Dub, my cousin said something in the chat earlier, and Dub wants to address it. I'm gonna show it. So go ahead, Dub.
Let's get it.
Oh wait. Where is it? Where is it? Let me go back and find it.
Okay.
Here it is. Here it is.
First off, EJ Whistle, no, I'm not sick, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, yes, I come from the other side, but however, I do not consider the Raiders my rival because, for one thing, we only play out once every 4 years. So we don't see you twice a year like the Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, etc. Okay, I have said many times on this show my appreciation and respect for Al Davis and what he has done for this league. Okay, I have gone on more than one occasion and have said how much I enjoyed watching Vincent and Marcus Allen and Tim Brown and Howard Moses Long. Okay, I know about the history. I know about Tom Flores being the first Raider quarterback and being John Madden's OC right-hand man for many years. Okay, I know about Ron Wolf.
You donated a couple of great players to us
for many years before Ron Wolf left to go build a good.
Man, Dub, the only thing we didn't get from you is Joe Montana. That's the only great. Joe Montana's the only one y'all didn't donate to us.
I have spent a lot of my youth sitting in that concrete cookie cutter known as the Oakland Coliseum on 66th and Pittsburgh.
66th Street. Fool.
Understand, okay? I saw Tim Brown run slants. I saw Napoleon Kaufman speed up close and in person. Okay, I saw Lincoln Kennedy pancake some people. I've seen Steve Wilson. We should also be in the Hall of Fame. Pull on running play.
Yeah, Steve should be.
We saw Darren McFadden run up on all the Jets.
I know.
Oh, he was a problem.
Like me. I know exactly how better. That too.
Man.
Okay, so I have seen
Darren McFadden would have been a problem
when the Raiders are relevant. It makes the NFL better as a whole. I don't care what anybody says. If the silver black is relevant, it makes the NFL better as a whole. I don't care who you are. So with that said, no, I'm not sick. Okay, I've seen the Violator on TV. Okay? I've seen Gorilla on TV. You know who they are. You know where you're at when you see them. Okay. Yes. Nobody was talking about a nation before Raider Nation started this shit. If I can quote Ice Cube himself. Okay. Nobody was calling themselves a nation until Raider Nation did it first, and everybody started copyrighting ever since. So when they really say there really is one nation, understand it and respect it. There really only is one damn nation.
Hey, Doug.
And I'll drop the mic on that.
Do me a favor? Yes, sir.
That's why he's about the only
you know what?
I respect.
I got one more
right
question.
there.
And since I am surrounded by a lot of guys that have Raider knowledge, here's my question. Okay, now we've all seen the 30 for 30 about the 1983 draft. This is my question. If
are you about to ask about horse teeth? I think he's going to ask us out if we got John Elway.
The suspense.
Yeah. I know that was coming. I feel that was coming.
He's about to ask us about John Elway. What's his internet?
I feel it coming.
Together. But
Mizzle.
But everybody has to understand that is a Niner fan that just gave you passion with
spreading
this organization. You know what I'm saying?
Spreading knowledge.
Even though my brother is a historian when it comes to this sports stuff, but you will never ever catch a Niner fan talking like he just talked right there.
Yeah, respect. Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know nothing about that.
And he's only one of the few that I respect as a Niner fan because I cannot stand their fan base. Their fan base makes me dislike that organization more than me just like I said, we don't play but every 4 years. But that fan base just so that's
they tease and crumpet. Tease and crumpets.
Yeah. So that's why so
hey Mizzle, do me a favor while we got a chance, man. Try to get a hold of Jeff Barnes. He's contacted me. Go to the chat real quick and tell him. Oh, bring him on. Bring Kenny King on.
I don't see him. I really wait. You said
okay.
Kenny King?
Reach out to him for me. Reach out to Jeff Barnes. I'm on the chat, and he'll reach out to Kenny King. Yeah, Kenny King's trying to come on.
Well, we got it's whatever's in the. All I can do is just send the link, just like the Dub has been doing in the group chat.
Send it again to Jeff Barnes so we can try to get them on, sir. I appreciate it.
And we're talking about. If we're going to talk about Kenny King, we got to talk about it. You're talking about Kenny King. You got to talk about his barbecue sauce.
Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Plug.
Here's that Kenny King barbecue sauce right here.
Oh, there you go.
Good stuff. I've had it.
Barbecue sauce. I'm gonna have to try that. Okay, first off, Mizzle, damn you for stealing my thunder.
What's that?
Damn you, Mizzle, for stealing my thunder. Damn you, Mizzle, for stealing my thunder. Because yes, I was going there. But okay, if Commissioner Pete Rozelle does not cock block the possible trade of Elway possibly becoming a Raider, if Elway did become a Raider, and I'm just talking about the Raiders of the '80s, how many possible Super Bowls could the Raiders possibly could have won if Elway indeed became a Raider?
Who's that for? Wayne? That should be for Wayne.
For me, at least 2 or 3, easy. With the talent that we had in that era, 2 or 3 easy with Elway.
All
And
right,
that's why we beat him. That's why we beat him up so, because he was that good.
The Maverick had a perfect package to go get John Elway.
All right, we're gonna stay in SoCal for that draft and go with Polo.
With John Elway? Yeah, I agree. I mean, the guy's definitely talented. That's the whole thing. Is as a football fan, you see talent on the other side too. I mean, we all hate Tom Brady, but when we got to meet him at the Hall of Fame, I put my head down and shit. The guy was nice. He was polite. I hate to say he was a goddamn perfect human, but Tom Brady was cooler than any of the quarterbacks I ever met.
From the Bay Area.
And now he's part of this organization.
Yeah.
Hey, I know all of us in shock from that.
Oh yeah,
that's the guy we love. We hate the guy. He changed the course of the Raiders. You know, with Woodson and
the fumble,
that whole thing was
the fumble. Yeah,
and that changed our future. And that's where we're at now.
Changed the NFL's future. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't that rule before. I mean, they made some shit up against us.
Yeah. So I mean, but the thing is, football is football. You know, I don't think I'll ever talk that good about Mahomes because, that's just, that's too soon.
He's too soon for him.
Yeah. But with Brady, I got over the Brady, even though I know it was I took Robo. When we got to meet him at the Hall of Fame several years back, the guy's a stand-up guy, very, very humble. The perfect human.
Violator, I just put that picture up. I had to put that picture up so we had a Skip Thomas sighting. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
Okay. But, exactly.
Share with me how you feel and what you remember about my father.
Look, I made some notes for this show. When I watched your dad and those guys play, it was like a defensive law firm, and I called it Tatum, Atkinson, Villapiano, and Thomas. Whatever your crime was, you were going to pay for it dearly with those 4 guys. And that's not even talking about the front 4. You know, that was a whole different law firm. Matuzak, Fistron, Hendricks, and Johnson. So, hey, it was about pain back in those days. And what Coach AP is trying to bring across is that old Raider way. We beat up on people with physicality. We weren't the highest scoring team, but that defense, it led the charge. And the special teams, of course, because you can't leave out the great Ray Guy, man.
Man.
Yeah.
So that, sir. Yes, sir.
So see, the way your dad played, Joe, they call them headhunters back in the day.
Yep.
But there was no rule said that they couldn't take your head off, so they tried to.
John said it. We cheat. So what?
So what?
Do something about it.
Rule number 1.
Do something about it.
That's right.
Rule number 1.
Rule number 2, refer to rule number 1.
Back to rule number 1.
That's right.
Come on now.
Let's see who coming up with this one first, all right? Quiz real quick. Skip Thomas question.
Okay.
Here's my dad's, not you, Mizzle. Not you, Dub. But one of these guys. What is my dad's famous quote? Y'all remember? Got y'all on that one.
Hang on.
Dub. All right.
I believe he was telling you to go to bed.
He let me stay up and watch the game. I'm talking about on film.
Right here, man.
Dub knows this one. So he X'd himself out of this one, I guess. Let's see, Mizzle, you got it?
No, I'm gonna let you guys figure it out. This is fun for me.
Playground.
This one right here. It's one of the most famous quotes of all time. That's on film. Oh yeah, we gotta have some fights here. We gotta have some fights. Y'all don't remember that? Look that one up. Yep. That's what my dad said, straight up. We gotta have some fights. We gotta have some fights here. I like this kind of party.
Right?
See, those guys were warriors, though. They were gladiators, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
That shows you how much the game's changed. Imagine those four playing in today's league.
They would be suspended.
Out the game.
Yep.
They would be suspended.
Them out the league.
Out of the game. Kicked out of the game. They're like perfect.
They wouldn't have a paycheck. They wouldn't have a paycheck at the end of the game.
No.
Yo, my dad used to wear a cast on purpose. He straight up told me. You'll look back at his pictures. He had a cast on half of the time. He said, "Yo, I'll use that thing." Let's see if I'm right though. Dub working on his internet, but I know he know the answer. You know what I mean? You good, Dub? He got that 49er service.
Oh man.
That's called Bang Bang Dial Up Gang.
Bang Bang lost a good big game again. Here it come.
My team choking against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. This is about honoring y'all today. So
I hated that Super Bowl.
We have the rest of the season to bash my team.
That's true. That's true.
I hated that's twice I had to
say about that.
Stay and watch Super Bowl.
Duh, what is my dad's most famous quote?
Yes.
Bet you know.
Your dad's?
Yeah, my dad's famous quote.
What about we gotta get into a fight?
Yeah. gotta be some fights here.
What the
Yeah, there it is. That was it. That was it right there. Yeah, man. Super proud to have, my dad as a father for one. But on another note, my dad liked to take me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super blessed to have that in my life because I wouldn't know the things I know. I wouldn't know like what Polo was talking about earlier and going to those charity basketball games. My dad was a better basketball player than he was a football player. So he enjoyed taking off to SoCal and we just get in the car, and head out. And it was like another world, you know what I'm saying? So I see my dad play. He'd be better than everybody else on the court. You know what I'm saying? He got drafted to the Knicks is what people don't understand. He chose to play football. I had to ask him, why? Why'd you choose he said, I like the physical game for his football goes. So that's the way I went. I chose that. And Al Davis gave me a chance. You know what I mean? And because he goes straight to a Division I. He had to go to community college in Arizona first. Then he got to go out to SoCal and represent them Trojans. You know what I'm saying? And they give him as much love when I go out there. I got a Trojan Skip Thomas jersey on. Man, they know who it is. I mean, people like, example, I was sitting, Mr. Smooth, Marcus Allen, you know what I'm saying? Can't stand up. But sitting next to him, I said, I'm Skip Thomas's son. He said, I remember who you are. You know what I'm saying? Your dad that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? I was coming in, he was leaving, you know what I mean? But that guy right there, their stories about Skip Thomas. I said, I know. A lot of people got a lot of stories to tell me about him. So
yeah, that era of players, they were all athletes. I mean, you look at Ray Guy; he was a baseball player. I mean, most of those guys back then played 2 or 3 sports. I mean, that's what they did. They were just athletes. They always bring up Bo because he played both, but they were athletes.
They played 2 or 3 positions on their football field too. The judge and my dad played linebacker.
Yeah, Charles Phillips was a quarterback. And then also on a defense, he played both sides of coming up either in high school and when he played there in Pasadena. So, I mean, they're athletes.
I mean, look how long Cliff Branch played, man. He played in that indoor league. Y'all, it was in SoCal, right? He played another, 3 seasons out there.
Yep.
I mean, he kept his speed kills. You know what I'm saying? And he kept it. You know what I mean?
So your father would have played with Clyde Frazier and the Knickerbockers.
Yeah, he would have been in that era. He would have got a ring. That one that they have.
The only one.
He would have been on that team. Yeah, that one that he had. He would have been on that team. Walt Clyde Frazier. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that was a bad boy.
We have a couple of guests that have to take off. You know, they got duties or whatever they can do.
Fellas, I'm here on the East Coast at 11 o'clock, but I want to thank you, Zoe, for the honor to be with legends here. I appreciate y'all, and I look forward to seeing y'all this season. We gonna turn this shit around, y'all. I feel it.
Indeed.
Woo! Yeah.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
1990.
There we go.
I can't thank y'all enough, man. I can't thank y'all enough. It's an honor and pleasure to be on this screen with such y'all all legends to me. You know what I'm saying? For what you gave me to the game.
Yeah, we look at Violator and Kukui on the same page. I know we had Resendez earlier. I know Black Will was coming up. It's cool to be part of it. And just talking to you guys before we start up, because I think we're going to have a hopefully hell of a season. It's nice as a Raider fan to always be excited on the upcoming season, thinking how far we can go. Hey, really quick, so I want to say thank you for inviting me. At the same time, my wife, the mistress of Black Hole, has got this thing. I don't know if you can see it. I got it's a sexy ass whiskey bottle.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Jeff Barnes on the show now. Welcome.
Wait a minute, Jeff Barnes.
There he is. Yeah, what's up? What's up?
What's up, young man?
What's up?
We got a couple of buddies on here, Jeff.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I heard that the Violator has some good things to say, you know, and Alonzo, it's always good to talk about your dad, Skip Thomas, who one of the all-time rated greats. And my wife,
Thank you, sir.
get us up on the phone. What's going on, man? What the hell's happening here? Go Raiders.
Talking Raiders.
Glad to have you on.
My wife said, take off my glasses, but I want to see who's on this screen. Yeah.
Polo Rodriguez. Got Raider Wolf.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you see you guys with your, costumes on. When I see your face, I'm like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, I got you.
But it's good to see you, man. It's always good to be with the Raider Nation. You know, we got another season coming up. We're getting ready. I got some golf tournaments to do, so I'm seeing a couple guys and seeing some teammates. I'm so happy to see them like Mervin, Jerry, seeing the guys.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready. My August is a big month, with alumni weekends coming up. We got a How Long coming in. I just did a interview with Terry Robisky. Hey, did you know Terry Robisky inducted to NFL Hall of Fame? Terry Robisky in the NFL Hall of Fame, and we're trying to get Lester and Plunkett in there. So
there you go.
And Terry Robisky is in there as a coach. So I'm so happy for Terry because Terry was my roommate when I came in 1977, drafted by John Madden. Class of 77. We had about 7 guys, all time rated greats. Lester Hayes, Rod Martin, Terry Robisky. Oh man, Mickey Marvin. We had some great guys. Lester. We all came in. Rick Martini. We all came in 1967 after we won that Super Bowl in '76. So I know what winning is all about, and hopefully, we'll put it together. Hey, I'm looking for a good year this year, man. So I just want y'all to just be positive and talk positive, think positive, and let's get into those playoffs. Because once we get in those playoffs, we're gonna try to make it all the way, try to get to that Super Bowl. Because hey, we need a Super Bowl with that new stadium because it's so nice and classy. We need a new Super Bowl for that new stadium, and we're gonna say Raiders, hey, all the way, go to Millennium. We got to start with it right now.
How that history together. Love it, Jeff.
See you, man. Y'all doing all right? Let's see some comments.
Hey, we doing good, baby.
You know what? I'm glad to ask you this question. Up, Mr. Barnes. Let me ask you. That would be history, right? If we won the Super Bowl, that'd be the only team that won a Super Bowl in three stadiums, right?
Hey, man, so far so good. I think you're right. I don't know the true statistics, but I'm going with you, buddy. That's historic. And I got a ring
I love Jeff
in
Barnes.
Oakland and LA. Now let's get one in Vegas. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Let's
Hey,
go.
Jeff, I want to thank you for coming on here. Wayne talked about it earlier that we have lost touch with our alumni, and I want to thank you for being the uncle that you are to me. For one, I really love you, man, and for me to be able to reach out to someone like him and to come on here and bless us with just your presence and your experiences of being a Raider player. It shows, Wayne, you touched on it earlier. You were right. We were able to contact people like Jeff in his era and my dad's era and ask if they want to share, and they love doing it. You could see the enthusiasm in them.
Yep.
100%. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Dan. Like I said, I told Anika, I said, I played with your dad. You're like my son. Now he's gone. And, and I'm going to do anything I can to help the kids out. That was my teammates and players. If they need me for anything, I was going to be there for you. You said you needed me for this. Let me tell you something. I waited 2 hours to talk to you, man. I don't wait 2 hours for nobody.
I already know.
And let all these Raider fans know that, hey, this is serious. We got to talking. Start winning, and I want you guys to start pumping it up right now. Let's do it.
See that? That's the Raider way right there. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on.
Look, I just talked to Terry Robisky. He told me that Marcus coming in, to the alumni weekend. All week long, Mikhail. These are some guys we haven't seen in a while. We see a lot of the young guys, but some of the older guys. Older Sistrunks coming in.
That's it.
So it's good to see that. And I want those old guys. Hopefully, we can talk to some of the young guys and maybe motivate them to get that Super Bowl ring. Because I know when I came in 1977, I saw that Super Bowl ring and I said, I want one, and I got two. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You got to motivate these young kids to do well. Guys come in, they coming from college. Now they're making a little money. They get happy, they get satisfied. But it's more than that. It's that prestige of being a champion, to being a Super Bowl champion. Hey, money comes, money goes. But that championship, that'll be with you for the rest of your life. So, hey, start working.
Come on.
Guys, focus on winning and getting a Super Bowl in Vegas.
I'll see you, Joe. I'll see you.
1, 2, 3. Let's do it.
Let's get one of these right here.
That's it.
We got it.
Get one of these.
That's the ring I saw. I said, I go with that ring right there. That's the one.
That's it right there, huh? Man.
Yeah.
Mr. Barnes, if I can ask you a question.
Yes, please do.
So tell me from your point of view, what was the difference between the 1980 Super Bowl winning team and the 83 Super Bowl winning? What was the difference among those two teams that you had the privilege of winning those Super Bowls with?
Well, let me tell you something. They were good teams, 80 and 81, and then it was 83, 84. Those are good years, man. But the team of the 76 Raiders, man, that was unbelievable. And I got there in 1977. They won in 76. Just to see those guys, John Matusak, Kenny Stabler,
Art Shell,
Mark Van Egan, Phil Filipiano, Ted Hendricks. I heard you talk to him earlier. But those,
I talked to him earlier.
Guys and see the way they played with the vigor and the teammanship, it was just fantastic to see. And I said that, hey, I learned from the best. And once you learn from the best, you just keep going from there, buddy. And what happened with us then, we took that Rod Martin, Lester Hayes, Mickey Marvin, and some of the younger guys, and we decided to develop, we're going to say, hey, we're going to do whatever it takes to bring that team to a championship in any way possible. And we did. I did it as far as special teams. I played behind Ted Hendricks and Phil Filipiano, Floyd Rice, Willie Hall, Monty Johnson, some of the great linebackers of the day. So I had to wait my turn. But when I got in there, you get in there, you do your job, you do what you have to do. Sometimes the guys come out there, they might be a little tired. They say, Jeff, get in there. You got to do what you got to know your position. You got to know what you have to do. Get in there and do do it. And this is what I hope everybody thinks that you're gonna do.
My dad didn't get play. My dad didn't get to play the first 2 seasons. He said the same exact thing you did. He said, I have to wait my turn.
Your dad was phenomenal. He was a big man, strength and size, and could cover anybody, anywhere. And like my man said, he was vicious. You know, we had Tatum and Skip and shoot. Try to come across that middle if you want to. You crazy. Man, these guys, man, and Willie Hall. And, oh, my goodness, man. Man, let me tell you one quick story. I saw George Atkinson.
George Atkinson.
He took off. He hit a tight end one time. Almost took his head off, man. He did that clothesline. And I saw the guy was like vertical in the air. I said, man, that's a mean man. And that was part of that bad defense, man, they had. You know, come on now, Jack Tatum and Skip. Man, hey, those are real ways.
You know what's funny? Jeff, you know what's funny, Jeff? Is our backup quarterback, you know what I'm saying, the Hummer told me the funniest stories. He said, man, I got to sit on the sideline and watch the game, you know what I'm saying, and travel with these guys. And at the sideline, he said, your dad and these guys, man, just sitting there watching them at practice. He was like, man, you didn't want to mess with them guys, man. You know what I mean? But the Hummer has some of the funniest stories I ever heard. Just sitting there on the sideline watching. Yeah, he had 2 national championships and didn't get to play in the NFL much.
That's right. But hey, he was a great guy. He was a great guy. And then when we needed him, he always stepped up and was there for the radio.
Yeah, he said my dad razzed him harder than anybody. He's like, oh, you pretty boy, don't you? And that's why you ain't getting in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I need to go in the cabinet, and I got your dad right here. Where is it? Can I get it? There he is, right there.
Oh,
hey,
yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Where can you see that? See that, man? That's it, man. That's my man right there. You know,
you asked me where can I get that bottle from, nephew?
No, man, you can't get that,
this
man.
was yours.
Where did we get that from, honey? Years ago, and I told don't touch it.
Yeah,
sacred.
That was an honor for you to take that home. You said I ain't gonna open it, but I want this right here. This
you know, I'm so proud of you as being his son, and, you know, taking on the legacy, but still talking to the Raiders, dealing with all the guys, going to the games, letting everybody see your presence as Skip's son. Because I'm so proud of you doing that. And so what I do is, any way I can help, I jump on here and try to help out.
And you have. You absolutely have.
I want you to start backing, you know, the Raiders and the Raider fans, because hey, we're the best in the West. I want you to know that. So let's keep out going, and these guys keep pumping it up with my Raider fans. And my man talking about Sanger. Hey man, Sanger, Fresno, that's my town, man. That's my town. I love this Fresno, Bakersfield, that valley, man. Ain't nothing but good people down there, nothing but Raider fans. They go down there whenever I can. I do some signings and we have a ball.
I started doing this for my dad, you know what I mean? I was already a Raider fan and was at the stadium, I was training camp, you name it. But my dad told me to use balance. You know what I mean? You're going to get a little bit of power. Can you handle it? Can you make good of it? And Polo will tell you right now, I've had my issues here and there and still have Raider fans like Polo to tell me to calm it down, brother. You know what I mean? Everything's going to be all right. And, you know, love or hate, you know what I mean? I've met men, grown men like him that have set me straight when my dad was gone. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate, you know, all of y'all for giving me balance for one, but actually getting out there and putting positivity out there to the nation. And so we change that outlook the league has on us and people have on us. You can come to our stadium. We're approachable. Our Raider legends like Jeff Barnes, our Raider legends like the Violator. You can approach these people and ask them questions, and they will tell you what they need. They will be here for you like they are right here, right now, as we speak. Spreading the word. This ain't for me. This is for the nation. So for me to have a part in it, to put us together to say, hey, can you be here? Polo, hey, Raider Wolf, Jeff Barnes, all of y'all. Can you participate in just a podcast? Just sit around and chop it up a little bit. And that is what my daddy asked me to do. And that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? So he asked me to check
Give it
on
up for
y'all
that Soul
too.
Patrol.
That's good, man. That's good.
Absolutely,
Keep
absolutely.
planting them
So
seeds, bro. Keep planting them seeds.
I'm just as honored as you, Mizzle. I'm still a fan
Like I said,
today.
I'm sitting here. I got two legends that I said, I'm not worthy. I'm not. This right here is like starstruck.
And these other three guys sitting right here. These other three guys right here are legends in the making. You know,
Yeah.
all of you guys, man, they're legends in my eyes, man.
Yeah, indeed.
Hey, and let me tell you what else we're doing. Because I love my Raider fans so much, I'm going to cruise down to Ensenada, Mexico, and I want all my fans to come on board. Now, look, it's the 10th annual Raider Legend Cruise to Ensenada, Mexico, and Catalina from the 6th to the 10th. I want you to show up. Now, ho. I want you to show up, come down there, and have a good time, because my birthday is, I'm celebrating my birthday in Catalina. I'm going to have a big festival for me in Catalina and Ensenada. So,
all right. Wait a minute.
Come hang out with Big JB, and I got about 15 guys coming with me. And look, they can't go nowhere. And I've always said, what's a Raider without a ship?
Hey, Jeff, while we plugging, Ted Hendricks told me to tell you all about this. You know, in October he's having his that bowl he does every year. Bowling. This year's gonna be at the South Point. It's gonna be at the South Point this year. Yours truly definitely gonna be there.
That's right. You know, the guys always doing something. That's for charity. And this is fantastic. I did it with Frank Hawkins. I got big Frank Hawkins involved in it. And we did it for the Las Vegas Arts Center, West Las Vegas Arts Center. And then it's just fantastic working with the kids, you know, raising money on the ship for the kids for their program.
Big ups to Frank Hawkins. He's been doing it out here for years.
Oh yeah.
Big ups to Frank Hawkins. He's been down here for years doing work.
Oh yeah. Oh man, Frank Hawkins is the man. Let me tell you something. He should be the mayor of Las Vegas, because
he really should.
Right on up the ladder doing his thing. And I love him to death. He introduced me to my lovely wife. We've been together for 44 years. So
story.
Love that guy. That's
story time, kid.
Whenever you see Frank Hawkins, you say Jeff Barnes loves you, man.
I will. I'll let him know.
Let him
Good
know.
man. I've been knowing him since I was a little baby.
Great man. Great man. That's Frank Hawkins.
Absolutely. Frank Hawkins opened up them holes, didn't he?
Oh my God, man! Let me tell you something. He opened up them holes to Marcus Allen and Bo. Come on now. We had Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, and Frank Hawkins coming out of UNLV up there in Reno, and he wasn't nothing but a little fire plug. Man, he'll run you over. Watch out.
Low center of gravity.
That low center of gravity, man. But he held that ball, held on tight to that ball. So yeah, man, I love some Frank Hawkins, and he's running things in Vegas. I want you guys to get up there and go check him out. Check out his wellness center when you get to Vegas. Take some people down there and check it out, because it's fantastic. He said, Jeff, I'm opening up a wellness center. I want you to get involved. I said, Frank, I said, you the man. I know you can do it. And he's got like about 10 wellness centers down. That's how good he's doing in Vegas. So he wanted to keep it up. That's what it's all about.
See brothers in politics. That dude, he been in this politics game for in Vegas.
Ball players, son, father. Yeah. Now everybody, you know what happened with the light. Everybody knows Justin Fargas. Justin Fargas, man, his dad, Antonio Fargas.
Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
Huggy Bear.
The arts program that we worked at somebody who's wife. And his wife is the president of the basketball in Vegas. Come on now.
Wow.
The women's basketball team. So everything is going on full circle. So like I said, when you give back to the community and for the kids, that's what it's all about. You know, helping out the kids. I'm trying to do that in Vegas. And I was doing that when I was in Oakland. So let me tell you something. I man, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from Oakland. I went from Oakland to Hayward, and Boat College to Cal Berkeley. Then I get drafted by John Madden in the 5th round. Come on, man. Bay Area makes good. Man, look, I went down there thinking the spring, but I went down to LA, played down with the LA Raiders, and we won a Super Bowl ring. And I'm so happy that we're getting a Howard. How we've been AWOL, we got Marcus, and like I said, and older sister, some of the guys we can see again, coming this year. So look forward to around August. August 22nd, come down and hang out with us, man. Come see us. She's doing a whole great. So let me tell you something. I just went to the funeral of Double O. And the man, it was so sad. He's a legend. And then Jack Squire passed away. A lot of people didn't know that. And Jack Squire passed away.
He did.
Jack Squire did that Super Bowl interception.
That interception.
Catapulted us to the victory. Man, I miss Jack, and I love Jack. He was a young guy. But I'm telling you, our guys are going and are slowly passing away. And I just want to keep that radio stick alive and make the memory of the great players stay alive. I don't know. Nobody ever forget Billy Darby. Don't ever forget John McCain and Lyle Alonzo, because they're so great. Jack Skip Thomas, come on, man. These are some of the guys that made a lot of people, like I heard the guys say earlier, they don't know these guys, but that's why you're here to teach them. You're here to teach these young guys and the Raider fans, hey, about the guys. You got to spread their name, keep their name alive, because, like I said, they got the young guys. Yeah, they're great, they're good, all that. But they want to get a Super Bowl ring. They haven't got a Super Bowl ring since I left. So we want them to get back on board, start winning, and hey, bring that championship back to the Raider Nation.
That's one thing. That's one thing my dad told me to do. My dad told me to reach out to y'all. My dad said, "Do me one favor," and I said, "What's up, Pop?" He said, "Make sure you reach out to my teammates and just ask them how they do. Can you do that for me?" I said, "Absolutely, yeah, I got you. Just ask them how they are they okay and how they help. Check on my brothers for me." I said, "Man, you think they would want to talk to me?" And every time I call one of his teammates, they as happy to talk to me as I am happy to talk to them. You know, man, we got to reach out to them and make sure they okay. So Polo mentioned earlier about Tom Flores and trying to get him back out there to the parade. Brother, I hope you make that happen because he needs that. You know
for sure. And hopefully, because that's what keeps him going. When I talk to the Twins, they're like, "Yeah, call them out there." I know we're supposed to go out there the next couple weeks, go visit them there in Indian Wells. But yeah, that's the thing. Is like when he's looking somewhere, he works out, try to get to an event. So that's kind of what keeps going.
Man, when you make that happen, please let me know, man. Make that trip out there.
I will. For sure. And like I said, George Exon's down in LA right now, so or Costa Mesa. So if anybody has a chance to go down there, meet him, legend right there. That's the last of the Soul Patrol.
Yeah, man. Dang. Coach Flores is a G. Man.
Hey guys, I want to say thank you for having him on. I really enjoyed chopping it up. I got to end up getting going. One last thing before I pull off. My wife's got their whiskey, Mistress Macabre. It's got a picture of her logo on it. Nice bottle. I'll get you the information on where you can get it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely leave that in the private chat. I would definitely like to grab it.
There you go.
Thank you, Paul, for coming on. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Buddy.
All right, brother.
All right.
Thank you.
One.
See you, Kugui.
See ya.
That
Thanks,
guy
guys.
really is. He's a real life hero. He's a fireman.
Oh,
Long time.
okay. Nice.
So, you know what I mean? He dressed up as a fireman, always got his hat on, you know, fireman's hat signed by everybody, you know what I'm saying? So thanks again, bro, you know, taking the time to stop by and just chop it up with some friends, you know what I mean? I had some, you know, I wanted Dub, you know, I wanted you to meet these great guys that I've traveled with, I've been friends with a long time, you know what I mean? They're brothers to me. You know what I mean? That's why they came on, you know what I mean? But ultimately, the nation. But all I got to do is they're just a phone call away, really. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great feeling, man, to just be able to call these guys and ask them to come on and look what they contributed to. This was a great conversation.
Yes.
I could all day long, just like y'all could if we had the time. I'm surprised. Hey, it's past your bedtime, Raider Wolf. East Coast.
I'm gonna
Connecticut.
hey, I'm gonna pay for it in the morning, but this is I'm loving this now.
Oh, man, a blessing, right? Every time is just a blessing, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, hey, get out there to this cruise with Uncle Jeff, you know what I'm saying? He gonna party down. He's still a rock star.
Yeah, because like I said, if you're not busy from the 6th to the 10th, you're from out of Long Beach, and man, you can't beat it. About $500. Come on now. I know my red friends got that much money on them. Come on now. I know I got some players in the house. Then we're gonna get on the ship. We're gonna have some cigars. We're gonna cruise down to Catalina. Then we're going to Ensenada, Mexico, where I'm gonna have a guest celebrate my birthday in Mexico. So that's what we do. March 6th to the 10th. My wife got to remind me, man, because I got so much stuff going on. It's ridiculous. But we getting back to these Raiders. I want my guys to start winning and start getting back. And I'm glad that Howie, like I said, is coming. Otis Strong is coming. Teddy will be there. Phil Piano will be there. It's just going to be great seeing some of the guys that haven't seen in a while.
Hey, let me know the info so I can help get a couple of guys out there maybe you haven't gotten a hold of. If I can help in any kind of way.
Let me tell you something. Get that info out there, man, because I tell you, when that boat leaves, don't be on the dock. Well, I don't want to talk about it, and we will be waving at you goodbye, because I'm telling you, you got plenty of time. March 6th, get ready. So I want you to get on board, man, because we're going to have fun. Because look, where everybody going to go? You're on the boat. Ain't nobody go nowhere. So we're there drinking and having a good time, signing autographs for a good cause. You know, it's always good working with the kids.
Anything I can ever help, all you got to do is give me a call.
You got to sign up on Facebook. Go to Facebook and look for it and Raider Legends Crew. Now look, the Raiders are having a cruise of their own. That's called a Raider Cruise. Mine is the Raider Legend Cruise because I got legends.
Right.
Legends, right. That's gonna be Super Bowl down. That boat gonna be leaning to one side with all those Super Bowl rings on it. It's gonna be leaning, man. Leaning. We're gonna have some fun.
We're gonna get Dub on that boat.
You come hang out with Big JB. Now look, I tried to get Kenny King on, but Kenny King couldn't make it because you know he got 2 hours difference or something, you know, in Texas. So but we'll reschedule and get together. But look, come on and have a good time if you want to have some fun with Big JB.
Exactly. Man, that's all they need to be said about that crew, because, man, I'm ready to get on that boat now.
Yeah,
you're so
man, let's go.
Right there. I'm already sold.
Hey, look, let me tell you
you
something
need
else.
to get with the wife, Mizzle. Get on that boat.
A lot of people don't know about Big JB, but I played linebacker and special team specialist.
I know who you are, sir.
Then I had to cover. A lot of people didn't know. So I had to cover the backside of the backfield, you know, like Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson. I ran the 100-yard dash in 9.9. I ran the 40 in 4.4. So, you know, I could run with him. You know, I had a little speed.
Big dude.
For a big brother about 6'2", 230. I could run with the best of them. So they said, we better keep him around. Kenny King, my wife just told me that Kenny King was trying to get on. Something's going on. I don't know what Alonzo, but you got to get that computer stuff start working. Hey, that's all the technology, man. I'm waiting for the rotary phone to come back. When you know how
I'm learning from Dub and Mizzle. I'm learning from them.
Too much for me, man. But Kenny King is trying to get on, and he can't get on. What's happening?
He's messaging me right
just
now.
Like I did for you, Mr. Barnes. If I can get that email, I will personally send him the link.
All right. Let me tell my wife right now. Honey, he needs
if I can get his email address.
Because Kenny King, he's in Texas, man. It's about 10 o'clock at night. And he's trying to get on, hang out with us.
Saying up. Right.
Well, I would love to have Mr. King on. So if I can get that
man.
email,
Well, my wife just talked to his wife.
Right to
he's trying
right
to get
now.
on board, but something's going on with the link.
I'm trying to learn from Dub and Mizzle. You know what I mean? I'm learning.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But we'll get this whole thing. This is just episode 1 with all of us. This is just episode 1. It's 2 podcasts mixed together. I can't thank y'all enough again, Dub and Mizzle, for letting me use your platform for getting these guys on and letting everybody know what they got going on.
Let me stop you right there. Do you see that patch behind me?
Let me see. Look, put my glasses on.
Do you see that patch behind me? All you said was Raider Legends and Raider super fans, and you sold me, brother. Anything for the nation. Don't look at that other one. That star. Don't look at that. We just go look. I'm married a Cowboys fan. I can't help that. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I am diehard, thick and thin, silver and black. And anytime you want to come on any legend, my brother won't mind.
All right. Hey, well, look, I'm glad for that invitation because I love dealing with the Raider fans. If I can help out in any way I can, man, I would love to get on and just tell some stories. And look, I can't wait to see all my Raider fans when I go to we're going to Vegas for the alumni weekend. All we do is sit there and tell lies. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm gonna be there.
Can I say one thing? I think Mr. Barnes,
Yes, sir.
I think you need to add legend comedy cruise to your thing.
Man, let me tell you something. And you look almost like Henry Lawrence. I thought Henry Lawrence was out there. I mean, my brother looks just like Henry Lawrence. He got a twin. But yeah, man, I love you. I love my fans. Let me tell you something. It all started with John Matusak and
the best.
Lubiano. They said, Jeff, if fans ask you for an autograph, give them an autograph, sign it for them, because, we wouldn't be the Raiders without our fans. So if you take your time out, sign that autograph, say hi to that fan, because you know what? That's what it's all about, and they're the reason why we're the Raiders. And so I learned that the fans are more than life. They're the blood of the Raiders. The fans. We got our own black hole. Everybody started copying us. We say Raider Nation. Now everybody got a nation. We said that day somebody copying us. Come on, man. They're copying us because our Raider fans started it. They've been the best of all time. And, like I said, win or lose, we bleed silver and black.
My dad said the same thing. He said, I wouldn't be nothing without these people, Alonzo.
Yes, right.
He was signing autographs, and I was a little tired. I was little. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go home. You know how it is. I was little. Right. He said, I wouldn't be nothing without these people, Alonzo. I want you to understand that. And I was real little. Never said nothing again. I enjoyed every moment after that and every second being around. My uncles, like, you brought up John Matusak. That was like an uncle to me. You know what I mean? So when we lost him, it was like I lost an uncle. I always loved y'all, you know what I mean? Like that. And I've been privileged to know you guys a little bit differently than your average fan. But man, it's such a blessing to have you on here and just spread that knowledge like that and get that feeling like, you know what? We keeping it alive with people just like you, Jeff, and Raider fans and super fans out there alike.
Well, you know what? I appreciate the fans. I must have been. I came on at 6, and I didn't get on to about 8. So I heard all that conversation you guys had, and I said, "Wow, so y'all hard Raider fans right here." And I said, "Hey, I said, wait a minute, I know them when they're in their costume, but I don't recognize these faces." So it's so
one you just talked about. That's Raider Wolf right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Raider Wolf.
I said, I don't see that wolf walking around with a jersey on. Yeah, that's him. Well, it's so good to see the guys, man, and to hear the stories about the Raiders. And we're going to keep it going. And like I said, I want the team to start winning for the fans because once the Raiders fans start winning, it's going to be fantastic. When the players start winning, the fans are going to love them. And it's going to be just like the fans winning.
I'm absolutely waiting for that alumni thing to get together because that's the funnest time. Just sitting around listening to y'all talk. I could just sit there and listen. You know what I mean? That's the funnest times right there.
Oh, yeah.
Just getting you brothers together.
Man, and look, let me tell you a quick story. Terry Robisky came in. He was drafted in the 8th round. I was drafted in the 5th. I was a linebacker. He was a running back, and they put us together. So, Terry had they're doing a documentary on him because he's in the Hall of Fame, and they just want to do a documentary to lead him to life. So I was his roommate. They said, Jeff, did he clean his room? I said, no, he didn't clean his room because, we were the Raiders. We were first class. We stayed in a hotel. We had maids come clean our room. We didn't have to worry about no room getting clean because that's where the Raiders were, first class. We had the maids come in there with all the other teams, Cowboys, Dolphins. They was in a dormitory. They had 2 beds and a cot. Come on, man. The Raiders first class up there in Santa Rita and at the El Rancho Tropicana Hotel. Man, come on. We just was
Man, so you fans that's in here just listening to Jeff alone, can you imagine putting about 20 to 30 of these guys together? It's the best time I ever have in my life.
Oh man, I couldn't tell enough stories. Rod Martin stories. Lester Hayes, come on, man. Kenny Stabler, my man, Dave Darby, God rest his soul. I'm listening to this day. John Matusak, man, I'm tell you something.
Was Morris Bradshaw always like how he is now? Was Morris Bradshaw always his business?
Morris Bradshaw was always a businessman. He's from Ohio State, the Buckeye State. Morris was a great wide receiver. Him and Cliff were the men on the one side was Cliff, the other side was Morris Bradshaw, and then Morris was special teams, and he was fantastic. And once he left the Raiders, once he went into I don't know nothing about that. But once he left the Raiders, he went into business and doing well. I want everybody to pray for him, because make sure everything is going right with him and his family. But he's a great all-time Raider, and I can't wait to see him in August.
Oh man, Morris Bradshaw taught me a lot about insides of the game and being in office and just dealing with stuff that I was getting ready to do and selling. Everything that I had going on. He sat me down and explained business to me like an uncle would, not like a businessman, and very bland and just like straight to the point. He told me insides and outs. So I'm really thankful for Bradshaw just taking that time to me, like talking to a nephew almost, like this is how you need to handle this, like with the wine bottles.
Morris had to go, he had to run patterns against your dad, so he can tell some great stories in practice. When they doing them down, out, ins, and ups, and all that, it was more running those patterns, and then your dad was covering him, out of the backfield and out off the
Fred
line.
Blitnikoff told me about my dad. He said, man, your dad, man. Freddie B told me some of the funniest stories. He was like, man, you didn't want to mess with your dad for one, but when you knew your dad released you over the middle, I was gonna get my head tore off. I couldn't get off the line against your dad, but if he let me go and release me to the middle, I was gonna get my head tore off, and he thought it was funny.
That's a good story.
My dad
man.
was like that.
I heard somebody had a question about the bump and run, and all I know is the Raiders did it well. I don't know who started it or in the 60s, 70s. I don't know what's going on with that. But all I know is when you played the Raiders and they did that bump and run, you weren't getting off that line. That's why they had to and it's illegal to do the bump and run. They outlawed the bump and run. Just like that Stickum, that Lester Hayes had, whenever we was doing something, we were the, motivators of it, they would outlaw it, oh no, we gotta stop these Raiders. And so when it comes to that bump and run, and when it comes to that Stickum, man, they outlaw it.
My dad thought the bump and run, he loved the bump and run, but the new rule about the 5 yards thing, he talked shit. He was like, that was bullshit. I got to beat your ass up the field, all the way up the field. I beat your ass.
I was right there. That bump and run was the best thing known to man. But, they wanted more offense. They wanted the wide receiver to catch the ball. TV was coming in, big TV money. So they had to, they said, no more bump and run. You got 5 yards, blah, blah, blah. But, man, that bump and run, man, for a defensive player, that was the only thing you had to try to, because he knew where he was going. And you didn't. So you had to, stay with him.
Dad hated
the Raiders, man.
I'm really sorry to cut this, but I I gotta get going.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You don't not only got to get going, I got to get going. But I'm just so happy I got to see you guys. I'm going with you guys. But look, hey, Alonzo, I got to get out of here, man. I got a golf tournament tomorrow. So tell everybody I love them. Go Raiders. I'll see you guys in Vegas. And my wife got to get down here and turn this thing off. Because I still told you, I'm waiting for that rotary phone to come back.
Jeff Barnes, thank you for coming on the show.
Wait, Mr. Barnes, before you go and before I go, and I think Wolf has to go too. Can we get one Raiders chant and then we're good?
That's it.
All right.
We're gonna have one Raider what?
Just we chant out Raiders.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, ready?
1,
Go.
2, 3.
Raiders. I hear you, Dub.
I love you, man. Look, I'll see you guys in Vegas and let's have victory. Hey, look, we're gonna tell everybody we're gonna win this thing this year. So let's tell everybody, let's get ready.
All right.
Let's get ready.
We're ready. All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you for coming on, Kukui.
Thank you.
See you again soon, brother.
Yep, for sure.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Thank you, Raider Wolf. All right, well, welcome to this special edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show, where we have been joined by Raider Nation, and now we are joined by two-time Super Bowl champion of the Oakland Raiders, Los Angeles Raiders, number 56, Jeff Barnes. We appreciate you coming on and joining us. So earlier we had asked the panel about thoughts on Antonio Pierce being the head coach. What is your thoughts on AP now driving the team that is being the Raiders head coach?
Oh man, it's fantastic, man. There's a guy that's been a Raider and now he's come back to the organization. It's fantastic, and hopefully they can put it all together and we can get a playoff in the Super Bowl. And man, we got to win. We got to win for the fans, man.
Yes. I agree.
So
how do you I got one question. How do you like the direction that Mark Davis is taking the organization?
Well, you know, I love Mark, and I know Mark want to win because, you know, his dad was a winner and he wants to win. But like I said, now with the kids, you got to get the right kids in there with the right attitude. Because you know what? You got to remember, the NFL is a team sport. The Raiders is a team, and they got to play together as a team and a unit. You know, we have great offense players. We got great defensive players, but they got to play together. Great special team players, but they got to play together. Once they start putting it all together, I think we're going to get some wins, and we're going to get into that playoffs and maybe get to that Super Bowl.
I totally agree. Yeah. I got some.
Dub Show. Go ahead.
What's happening?
You got it?
Yeah.
No, go for it. What you got, Zo?
go ahead, Zo.
Oh, we closing it up. I'm gonna let y'all answer your questions.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna ask a few more questions before I go because you know I got a golf tournament tomorrow, and
Go ahead,
I
Dub.
got to get that hole in one.
I understand that. Go ahead, Dub. Give Mr. Barnes one more.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I guess my question would be, when you first got to the Raiders when they were still Oakland back in '77, coming off them winning Super Bowl 11, and you're going through your first training camp, which of your teammates, I guess, for lack of a better term, which one of your teammates had you in awe, and you're like, I can't believe that this man is my teammate? Who? I mean, you can give me three players if you can, but just what players?
I'm gonna give you one good one. The guy that was in awe for me was John Matusak. And when I was drafted by the Raiders in the 5th round, my buddy and my teammate, classmate, Billy Clark, he said, well, let's go hang out in San Francisco. So we went to hang out in San Francisco, went to a nice club, and guess who was there? John Matusak, the man, standing at least 6'9", 300 and some pounds, looking like a Greek god. And he was in the place looking wonderful. And I walked in there with Billy. I said, Billy, with John Matusak? He said, yeah, I know. And so then I went over and said, my buddy Billy said, man, go over and tell him he just got drafted by the Raiders. And so then before I can go over and said, John, and introduced myself to Jeff Barnes. He said, I know who you are. It's Jeff Barnes out of Cal. Just got drafted in the 5th round. He said, welcome aboard. And from that day on, that John Matusak, I loved him to death. You know, he had a memorial when he passed away. He was from Milwaukee or back east, and they had the funeral for him back there. I gave a memorial for him in Hayward so the people and the fans could honor him and his memorial in Hayward. And, man, because my wife and I, we loved him so much that we wanted to do something for him when he passed away. But the guy that I was in awe was John Matusak, one of the greatest Raiders of all time, and they don't speak his name enough. I know Lyle Zeta was a great guy, Howie's a great guy, but there's nobody like the twos. Cruising with the twos, man was the man. He was the best man. I love him to this day. Good man.
Awesome, man.
Now, I do have a question. Now you did go to Cal Berkeley, and you are a California Golden Bear. Now,
Golden Bear, man, all day.
Now, were you teammates with the late Joe Roth that passed away, the quarterback? Was you a teammate of his?
Let me tell you something about that, man. Let me tell you something. I was there with Joe. Joe Roth took us to the championship. We tied for the championship with UCLA. Chuck Muncie. We had Wesley Walker, Tom Newton, James Reed, some of the great ball players in the Bay Area. And with big Chuck Muncie, man, he was running over people. Chuck Muncie was about 6'3", about 230, and man, he could run like a cat and catch the ball as well. So what had happened was Joe Roth came in our year, and we had a very successful year. We played some great teams. We tied for the championship with UCLA. UCLA go on to win the Roses. And we got a ring as well. We got a championship ring. That's when it was the Pac-8. So I got a Pac-8 championship ring. Wow. And Joe Roth, who was the greatest quarterback, he would have went number 1 if he hadn't passed away. Now, what happened was Joe Roth had a small growth behind his neck. They found out it was cancer. They cut that. They went to the doctor. He had an operation. They cut it off. The year before he got drafted, it came back with a vengeance and took him before he was could be drafted in the 1st round. And if he would have lived, he would have been drafted number 1. But that was my teammate. I love him to death because he took me to the championship, and he was such a good guy. I went to his memorial, and man, I was crying because that was the first time I even had a player that I played with had passed away, and man, it was heartbreaking. You guys still there?
Oh no, we're just listening to you. Oh, we're here. We were just listening to you, man. I was just listening to you.
One of those frames didn't move, so I was like, "What's going on?"
No, we still here. Oh man,
good.
Tremendous. Just we thank you for coming on, sir. This is
man. You know, anything for the guys. I'm glad to do it because it gets a chance. So I get to tell everybody about my favorite teams, Chabot College and Cal Berkeley, and great guys like people don't even talk about them, like Wesley Walker, Joe Roth, Tom Newton, James Reed. Man, these were some of the greatest ball players of all time, and went on to other endeavors in Canada and Jets, and man. Fantastic guys, man. So whenever I get an opportunity to tell everybody about Chabot College, Cal Berkeley, some of my alma maters, Hayward High, a great institution that taught me everything I know, and where Jack Del Rio was from Hayward High. Jack Del Rio, I went back to Hayward and I taught him some of the things I knew, and he goes on to SC, then becomes a coach and the coach of the Raiders. And let me tell you something else. Jack Del Rio was the one that started the Raider Alumni Weekend. So he started, that's why Jack started that when he was there with Reggie McKenzie. Wow. And we had it up in Napa. And then when they moved to Vegas, Mark took it and picked it up. And now it's 110%. If a ball player just played 1 year, he's a veteran. He comes in to the Raider alumni, and we celebrated, for about 3-4 days in Vegas.
Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Once a Raider, always a Raider, and that's his motto, man. And so 1 year, the guys come in, they fly them in, get in the hotel, and we just sit and have a good time and talk about old times with the Raiders.
That's awesome. And I love seeing it, especially when they show it. Because I promise you, I follow every Raider page that's available that can give me any news when it comes to this organization. Well, my brother tries to send me some information. I'm like, bro, you already know I got the ding for that, right? But I appreciate it.
But that's good.
I love when alumni weekend is just to see all the legends together. It's like I would love, like, for Zoe, I'm jealous, bro, because you could be involved that. As just a fan, I would love to be just a fly on the wall, just to hear y'all talk about it. Because I was born in '83, so the last Super Bowl that the Raiders won. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen, but I know my history of y'all. So just to have you on me and my brother's show and to hear you talk about what some of the things that I know, but to just to back it up and be like, yeah, this is an honor. This is an honor, man.
Here's an interesting story. Now, I went to the Raider preseason game against the Niners this past season at the Death Star, and it was also alumni weekend. Little did I know when I took a picture of Mr. Carl Weathers on the big scoreboard. Little did I know that Apollo Creed was going to leave us in less than a year. So I proudly have that picture in my phone because you're just like, oh, it's Apollo, because as we know, Apollo played 2 seasons as a Raider.
That's right. And he passed away. I want you to post that if you can. Put that on any page and get that out there, man. I want people to see him because he was a great guy, a great teammate. He would always come to the Raider functions, the golf tournaments, Freddie Belitnikov's tournament. Whenever there was a function,
Freddie B,
he was there, man. And it was always good for us to see him because then so famous as he played his roles in the movies, and to me he was a big movie star, and it was always good to say, man, he played with the Raiders. Carl Weathers, that's fantastic. So I'm glad that you brought him up, man, because you're right. He's another one that's gone and missing. So many of my Raiders have passed away, man. I just can't even remember them all, and I'm glad you brought that up. Carl Weathers, one of the greatest Raiders of all time, biggest movie star of all time, played in the biggest hit movies of all time, Apollo Creed, and man, he played with that that monster movie, man, the
Predator.
God, my God, he was fantastic.
And he was also Action Jackson,
and he's in that comedy movie, man. Let me tell you something. I'm glad you brought him up because
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, man. I'm glad you brought him up because the people should know that Carl Weathers was a Raider, and he was a great actor and a great person.
Nice.
Well, not to mention, for a long time, a lot of people did not know this, but Carl Weathers was actually the voice narrating the Raiders yearbook season when NFL Films used to do the Raider playbook. He used to be the narrator for the Raiders yearly 100%. Playbook, which a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people. I'm glad you mentioned that because now they know, and a lot of Raider fans need to know what's going on with the Raiders and the Raider players. I'm glad you took getting that out there.
Yes, sir.
Well,
yes, sir.
Well, look, guys, I'm getting tired. I got to get my.
I know we thank you. I got to
get my swing on tomorrow. So look, I'll have a couple of cigars in your honor, and I appreciate you guys having me on, doing this for a good cause. And like I said, for Skip, I'll do anything for Skip because he was one of the baddest Raiders of all time, and I love him. I love him to this day. And my wife said, "Hey, we got to go on." I said, "Honey, I got to golf tomorrow." She said, "You're going to do this," and because it's for a good cause. Because he said, we got to take care of the kids and do whatever the kids want us to do because they're our future.
Amen. And always the wife knows best, right, sir?
Hey, man. I haven't been married 44 years for nothing.
Right?
God bless you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you for
coming.
coming.
All right, guys. I don't know how to cut this thing off, but you guys have a blessed night, and I'm going to try to hit that hole-in-one for you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
The great Jeff Barnes, ladies and gentlemen. Two-time. Zoe. Bro. You don't know what you just did for me today, man. As a Raider fan. Am I muted?
No, you shouldn't be. I can hear you.
Okay. Zoe's tapping to his hairpiece. So I don't know if he can hear me. But
he's muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say, man, thank you for this.
Oh man, it's a blessing, man, to be a part of it. So thank you also.
My fandom right now is on the
Hey, it's just a little gift, man. You know what I'm saying? I got love for you. You know what I'm saying? And Dub, I can't say enough about you, and your Raider knowledge is far more extensive than I thought. You know what I'm saying? So to have a fan of another, you know, from the Crest side, you know what I'm saying? Talk about us the way you have, and blessing these Raider fans with your knowledge from coming from the 49ers point of view, just out of respect for our organization, means a lot to me. And you guys, man, are the top of the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I am so honored to just be thankful to give you guys a gift, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All I can say is welcome to the family.
We definitely got to get you back on for the when we do our. I'm pretty sure we'll get you on for our yearly football show.
I'm on.
Just
you know what I'm saying? Just count me in.
We sit and talk about teams, who will win the division, and we might. Me and Dub always do a Homer Super Bowl, so you know I'm picking the Raiders to win. You know, we actually do our actual pick. So yeah, we'd definitely love to have you back on, man.
Well, combining our two shows, man, was a hell of an idea. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thankful you guys agreed to do it. You know, I'm just starting to learn how to get down like y'all been doing. What is this? Don't tell me, number 227. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Man, like I said, 227, and shared it with me. You know what I mean? Zoe Sports Convo just getting started, and y'all are help with that whole process. So thank you. You know, and I'm a fan of Mizzle, and you know what I mean. You know, Dub show now, so I'm here.
And this is just the beginning, man.
Well, we appreciate
what we're gonna do. Just imagine what we're gonna do when the football season starts and the Raiders start doing what we know they're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely, you know? Absolutely.
And I also want to thank you for this right now. The Mizzle and Dub show. When we started this show, we started with 138 subscribers. We are now at 145. So we appreciate every new subscriber that tapped in and watched this. And so we love it, man. And this is just the beginning. So you're going to be on more shows, man.
Being a host of a show and being part of the nation, it was a no-brainer for me to, like I said, bless you with any gift I can. And I'm sure y'all can come with more gifts to come for me too. So this is just the beginning, you know?
Yes, sir.
Dub, thank you for representing, you know, and, you know, giving me respect, you know, as a coach and being a part of the Alliance. You're a part of the Alliance already, man. 49er fan or not, I built this for us to come together.
And like I tell everybody, he may be a Niner fan, but he undercover the dark side. He got a bit of the dark side in him. He just won't show up. But when he's talking about the Raiders, you kind of feel like he's a fan. But he's just a fan of the organization. But he's a Niner fan.
Yeah.
But when he
and
talks
thanks to everybody that came on, all the super fans. You guys are next thing to what we have, it closest to a player. You know, and all the clubs out there, booster clubs, everybody that's a part of the Raider Nation and what y'all give to the communities around us, whether you're Texas or New York or all the way back to California. Thank y'all for what y'all do, and keep doing what you do. And you youngsters out there that are watching and have watched any of this show, hopefully this is giving you a little bit of sports history knowledge, not just Raider knowledge, sports history knowledge, because without the Maverick, there will be no NFL. So he is
That's a
the Raiders.
That's a whole nother show right there, because we can talk about that. He was part of the AFL, and then he bridge gap NFL to the NFL, AFL to the NFL. Al Davis,
The Mavericks.
before he became the owner of the Raiders, I loved his story before he got there. Now, mind you, he was part of the Chargers organization as well. About that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't realize he was a coach before he became an owner. So, I mean, then he became part of the commission, and we could go on, but do your research, youngsters out there. Don't stop doing your research, because you will never gain enough knowledge to just stop getting knowledge. You know what I mean? So that's all I can say. Thank y'all.
Oh, of course, Zoe. Whenever you got the itch to want to do something Raiders again, bro, the platform is open. The door's never, and even if it's for anything, just to talk, just crap, sports wise.
You call, either or way, man. Hit my inbox. You call my phone now. We all brothers sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? So you need me to come in and step in and say, hey, we need some more subscribers. Like you said, it just helped y'all to get boosted up a little bit more. That's just my part in what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So pleasure's all mine, brother.
I can't wait to come to Vegas and actually, shake your hand and meet you in person.
Hey, the Dub and Mizzle show brought a legend on today. That's awesome. That's what I'm here for. Morris Brothers, we need to congratulate each other more instead of sitting here tearing each other down, man. So that's a gift for me that I'm like, yo, that's the shit right there. You know what I mean?
Well, our platform is open for everything, man. We just two brothers that love sport. This show started off as just our group, because me and him, they always come to us with sports questions. When we answer the question, we started this off just for them, and now we're here. And
well, you all gained another brother to me. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. All right, man. All right, tune in, Mizzle and Zoe show, and Dub show. Now we getting it.
It's time. We here.
All right, my man. I'm out of here.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man, much love. Thank y'all. Thank you, Dub. Great meeting you. Great to be a part of this whole show. I'm glad I asked you to come on the mind, and it's trickling down to something.
Indeed. Well, special thanks to all the fan base of Raider Nation for coming on. Honored to have them all. Especially honored to have the Violet on here. Special thanks to Mr. Jeff Barnes, two-time Super Bowl winner, for coming on the show and joining us. And again, thank you to our newest subscribers. Like I said, we started at 136 and gained 9 new subscribers to put us at 145. We appreciate it. Training camp galore is going on around the NFL. Of course, CFL is during the playoffs, baseball, meeting up with the pennant races, and of course the 33rd games of the Olympiad going on. Of course, Simone Biles looking to add to her legendary gold medal status. We'll talk more about that, and of course, we will have our yearly NFL prediction show where we will talk about our homer picks and our not-homer picks and those. But thank you to everybody again, Raider Nation. We appreciate you coming on the show and joining us for more. Maybe Skip, Alonzo Thomas, or Mizzle, who probably won't stop smiling the rest of the night. I'm double.
Bro,
that's not for me.
It's almost like when you shake a superstar's hand and you don't want to wash your hand. I swear, when this is off, I am putting this on the big screen and to rewatch this show, bro. I should have put a diaper on.
As for me, it's time to go do some maximum effort. Deadpool.
Wade Wilson, brother, you are going to enjoy from the opening credit to the ending credit. You're gonna laugh.
Hey, there.
I can't wait.
Wade and Logan ain't gonna disappoint, bro. I'll tell you that. Like I said, 15 out of 10. I don't care what anybody else feels about.
All right. On that note, folks, We will see you. Thank you for coming in on episode 227 of the Mizzle Dub Show. And as always, it's 12 o'clock. Somewhere. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Eat
And eat.
as my son takes us out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Double eat. Or maybe a triple eat.
Oh, no, you know what? Hey, that movie was dope, though. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, I can wait.
It was long overdue. Hey, Raider Travis, I don't do spoilers. That's never me. Don't do that. Hey, thank you guys for chiming in. The Mizzle and Dub Show. And as I say one more time, Raider.